Started out on live, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the site faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Farkle in the chat, bringing lost to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sippin' Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand's vibe, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Globe and rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Script how we play a game. From start to the next time, we're chasing fame. With fear behind me, changing season. Through the internet, living out the dream. Got my acoustic strong, curing and chill for cracking jokes. We'll stop the thrill. In the land of Kiwis, we ride the waves. Our own streams phone, no better days. It's a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle wine.
Hello, the internet. It is Saturday, the 18th of July, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. Before we go any further, I gotta tell you.
What a beautiful group of people you are. You are good. I wish I looked like you.
It is nice to see you. You are a beautiful bunch of people. I wish I looked like you. However, I can tell you now, the chat is not working. The Beamstream chat is kaput, which is interesting timing because I am getting super close, but no cigar right now, but super close to having my chat finished. If only I worked faster and harder, I could have had it ready today. But yeah, it's not ready. But so that means, unless you want to chat in the Beam chat, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. Just won't happen because I can't look at them all, and Beam normally pulls them in. I'll just pull up the Discord because they did mention that there was issues and it said it's been fixed, but no, it has not. So I don't know if I'm going to fight it. I might just do a short stream, just a quick stream, because what's a stream without a chat, right? Like, you might as well make a video at that point, which, by the way, I'm going to do in this stream. I'm going to make a video. I don't know, maybe this is a good sign. Maybe it's like, hey man, don't bother streaming today because there's no chat. So do your thing quick and then get out and go back to working on your chat so that then the next time this happens, maybe you'll have it ready and you can use it. I also discovered in my own vibe coding, I can, you see the logo that's above me here, and the givers watching and the date and everything. Those are 3 separate little modules, I guess, that I pull into OBS. And I mean, there's no reason why they can't be part of my chat overlay. So I've got it working, and the most recent addition is to add this stuff into the module itself so that it's all contained. I don't know. This is just technical. Anyway, what the point of it is, I feel like I should be watching one chat. It's probably going to be you know what we could do? Well, can we do a call-in? I want to talk about something before. I mean, we could do a call in. I mean, that we don't need a chat for that. What was I going to say? I was going to say. I can't remember what I was going to say. Usually, I don't remember things that have happened, not things that are about to happen.
Okay, you got here second.
Comtech, how you doing, man? Good to see. Do you know what? Maybe we should just bring my chat in. Do I want to do that? It's not ready yet, but I could just turn it on. Nah. Nah, it's not ready yet. It's not ready yet. Turn it on. Look, I'll turn it on. Okay, what I'll do is, just for shits and giggles, we'll faff around with it for a bit. I'll turn on. I'm going to turn off. Obviously, I haven't got it aligned correctly yet. And as you can see, there's two GivesAMinute logos floating around. One's red, one's purple. And that's not what you want. But if I turn off that chat, now if you chat in, this is specific to Valora. This will only be Valora. This is how it looks. This is the Valora chat only, the overlay. So, and by the way, it's disappearing after 45 seconds. I like it. Dude, it's going to be slick. Look at emotes come up lovely. You've got, you've got message effects from Valora themselves, like these glows. Check this out. This gives more pop to a message so that I can see it easier. You've also got...
Smoke me a kebab. I'll be back for breakfast.
Inside the chat lane, they come up, and also the one that pops up here on screen will disappear. I've got those coming up properly. But you've got, there's this one called Gigantify. This is a message effect from Valora. Pick up to 2 emotes to Gigantify. Check this out. You can grab an emote. I'll grab your baby. No, I'll grab Boognish. I'll put Boognish in. Check this out. Just makes the whole thing wobble a little so that I can see it easier, standing out a bit more. What you don't hear right now is that, and I don't hear it because it's only on iPad and iOS.
Good morning.
Good morning, Daleskins. How you doing, man? What it do? Yeah, what you don't hear is that this is all text-to-speech. It reads it out for me. Not on OBS, though. The same overlay, when opened up on an iPad, reads it out to me. Pretty slick. I'll talk about it more when it's completed, but we've got channel badges.
Grab it and cherish it.
Now, you may be hearing that twice, potentially. I don't know. I haven't done the audio routing for OBSs yet, but it makes sense to use it today because the Beam chat isn't working anyway, right? Twice, yeah. Thanks, Comtech. Yeah, I haven't routed look, it's not ready yet. I guess the other option is just to turn it off and go back to using... if I turn it off and go back to the Beam chat, you'll have to chat to me in Beam. But that's a little teaser anyway. It's a little teaser, a little taster. I kind of don't... This chat is dead on Beam. Let me see what they say in the Discord. In the Discord. Same here. Jude's having the same issue. So it's an issue. Yeah. So look, we can fight it, or we could just say, let's just have a call in. Who wants to call? I'll do this other stream thing. I want to talk about the shark deterrence and stuff. You know what? I want to do a video on that anyway. So okay. Do you know what? We'll do this quick, and then if you want to call in, we'll have a call in. But let's just knock this on its head. So there are, look, I want to tell you about it, so I don't want to just cut straight into it, but take a look at this. The change in regulations. Sorry, I'm wording this all wrong because I'm thinking about my chat. So New South Wales has rolled out this new program where they allow surf lifesavers to, well, they don't allow, they mandate that every beach in the metropolitan area and some further outside the metropolitan area is from sun up to sundown monitored by air monitoring drones. Drones fly over every single beach on the east coast of Australia in the greater Sydney metropolitan area, and further south as well. Not here, unfortunately, but definitely some northern beaches gets it. It's quite a huge overhead that they've allocated a lot of resources, a lot of money to.
If a bunch of dum-dums not in our community joined from some other place and just like spamming up our chat.
A bunch of dum-dums. Like the guys at Beam who break shit all the time. Sorry, Beam, but we're paying for this now and it's not great that it doesn't work. So, and by the way, where's the API access that you've got up on a public website, which no one can use? That's great. Anyway, so yeah, this is a new program rolled out in New South Wales. By the way, I'm going to punch up my Valora chat because I'm going to keep an eye on that. The shark says, I want to tell you how it feels. So yeah, monitoring by drones, great initiative, like really, really solid, right? Let's take a look at the rollout. I think we did tap on this once on a stream, but I don't think it was, I think it was just the initial suggestion of it. Let's take a look at it because it's actually happened now. And I've got a suggestion to make as well.
It's the biggest and most expensive shark surveillance program in the world.
How you can tell he's not an Australian? Because he said expensive. He's a Kiwi, bro. It's the biggest and most expensive.
Dozens of shark spotting drones flying up and down the New South Wales coast 365 days a year. These drones are now operating at 70 beaches.
70?
Including all of Sydney's ocean beaches.
Heavens.
From Palm Beach to
Heavens above.
Cronulla and here at Coogee. You've got the drone up over a section of the water and tell us what you're looking for.
Sharks.
So at the moment,
Idiot.
I'm just doing a creeping line search across the base. I'm going from left corner to right corner and about 300 to 400 meters out, just looking for anything that looks alive, realistically, because anything alive can draw a shark in. So if it's fish, become bait ball, you might find a shark. If you see a turtle, occasionally you'll get dolphins and whales, but anything alive, take a note of it, and anything that needs to be reported back, report back.
Taha got his remote pilot license in high school and has been doing the job part-time for
I'm the
4
eye in the
years,
sky watching
alternating
you.
between different beaches.
Cue the nip slip. Not sure what that's in reference to, Dale.
He finds a shark almost every day and relays that information to the lifeguards, who then make the call on whether to evacuate the water.
Here it is again. Cannot believe it. 100% white shark.
Pretty scary when you think that there's swimmers there totally unaware that there's a shark, especially that sizable shark, great white.
I'm really into the new drone technology. Everyone's adopting it. So the more drones up, the more sharks are going to be spotted.
Whatever the experts think, if they think that monitoring it with drones is going to help them keep people safe, and that's the main thing.
I actually think it's going to be safer than it was before if there's drones patrolling.
Oh, wait. Are they showing the attack here? Dude, they're showing the attack? I don't want to see that. Sometimes the news is just, I don't want to see that. Before I've even known I've seen it, I've seen her getting attacked. Skip past that.
Spotted any great whites at Coogee since.
I've seen a few bait balls, I've seen the local wobbegong, but nothing that I've needed to evacuate the beach for, at least during my shifts.
The New South Wales government's shark management program has been massively expanded after Ms. Stewart was attacked, with an additional $34 million announced for shark spotting drones. Mark Atkins from Surf Life.
You know what should be banned? Horrible green screens. That looks dumb. How do you know it's 2026? COVID's over and everyone got a green screen. Look how crap that looks.
$10 announced for shark spotting drones. Mark Atkins from Surf Lifesaving New South Wales said the big change was the 365-day coverage, whereas previously drones had only operated at 50 beaches during school holidays.
So we don't have to watch this whole report, but the crux of the matter is that this is a new initiative, and it's pretty huge. It's massive, and it's great. It's very welcome. It's going to give people security and safety. Now, here's my take on it, though. And correct me if I'm wrong, but surf lifesaving is a volunteer position. So these people that are surf lifesavers are volunteers. So they're volunteered, they're trained, and they're usually, athletes of their own. They want to do the triathlons and stuff. So you won't find a lazy surf lifesaver, but you might find an inept drone pilot. Think about it, right? So if you're saying everyone who's a surf lifesaver now also has to fly a drone, you may or may not get the best out of that unless the person who is the surf lifesaver is competent and able to fly the drone. Now, I'm sure they've been trained. I'm sure they're getting training. But again, it is a volunteer position. So I think my take on it is the more drones in the sky, the better. And so with that in mind, I feel like CASA, which is the Civil Aviation Safety Association, something like that. You know what? I've got their video out here. I'll tell you what they're called. Civil Aviation Safety Authority. I think that's what I said. So these are their drone rules. And I feel like it might be time to change the drone rules. So CASA should relax the rules, in particular in regards to beach drone usage. Currently, it is illegal to fly a drone on a beach in Australia. Why? Because it breaches the 30-meter rule. So you're not allowed to fly a drone within 30 meters of another person unless they're part of the project or the operation. Maybe you're shooting a film or a commercial or something, and you've got actors and you've got crew. Well, they're all signed up to be there so they can be within 30 meters. But if you're on a public beach, you're flying, you're always going to be somewhere closer than 30 meters to someone. So I think that rule needs to be changed. I think CASA should say, from here going forward, we should allow everybody who wants to fly a drone at a beach. Why? Because it's another set of eyes in the air. So the more eyes we have, the better we're going to be. Not everyone wants to fly a drone at the beach. Who wants to fly the drones at the beach? Usually it's the surfers. The fishing dudes that want to use the drone to get the bait further out, they use that stuff, right? Take their line up and drop it right out there. Those guys want to use a drone. They're not allowed to. They do anyway. Surfers aren't allowed to. They do anyway. Why not legalize it and say, okay, guys, if you're going to fly a drone at the beach, the condition is you don't. The argument will be, but I don't want them looking at people in bikinis and shit. That's not what they're doing. People aren't, and even if they are, you're getting like the tiniest little pixel from no one's doing that, right? Like the drones are a technology that they're now implementing on every single beach far up and down this coast. So why not say, if you've already got a drone and you want to fly it because you want to film your surfing or film the whales or whatever it is, do it. But the thing is, be alert. And if you see something, it's like that thing in the airport where it says, if you see something, say something. That same mantra, give it to the public to say, hey, I think I see there's a bait ball over there and there is a shark of some sort over there. So these group of surfers that are over here probably should know about it, right? Like alert people. Like it makes sense that we have this technology. People own them. People want to use them. They're not allowed to currently. You know what? Let's refresh ourselves on the drone rules.
Australians love their drones. In fact, there are more drones being flown above backyards, parks and beaches than ever before. More drones in the sky means it's important that we all understand the rules that keep you and others around you safe, on the ground and in the air. Here are the rules that you need to know before takeoff. When your drone is up in the air, you can never fly your drone over anyone. This includes places like festivals, sporting events, populated beaches, roads, cars, and pedestrians on footpaths.
So basically you can't fly it anywhere. Anywhere, right? The opening statement, lots of drones are being flown in backyards, beaches, parks. No, they're not. Well, they probably are, but they're not allowed to be. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to fly at 30 meters to a person. If I launch my drone from my backyard, go left, person. Go right, person. How do you know? Because it's the next house. So there's going to be someone there, right? You're not allowed to. They got to change this shit.
And when there are people around, your drone has to be at least 30 meters away from them.
Bingo.
Unless the other person is helping control or navigate the drone.
Bingo, bango.
You can only fly one drone at a time, and that drone can't go any higher than 120 meters.
Yep.
That's 400 feet, or about the length of a football field.
Fair enough.
Near airports and helicopter landing sites, there is increased air traffic and strict rules about where and when you can fly your drone. If your drone weighs more than 250 grams, you must fly at least 5.5 kilometers away from a controlled airport, which generally have a control tower at them. You must not fly in the approach or departure path of a runway, which extends up to 7 kilometers from the airport. Between 7 and 8.5 kilometers of the approach and departure path.
So these are all obvious rules, right? You know, you don't want to fly in the flight path of an oncoming 747. We don't know what will happen, by the way. Actually, do you know what we should do? Just out of curiosity, how many times has a drone hit a plane? Like there's this big fear of drones hitting planes and taking out helicopters and shit. Has it happened? Let's find out. Is there any, by the way, Dale, I need to get out of my jumbo measuring tape for all these scenarios to convert feet to inches, to meters, meters to go from one to the other. Is there any documented examples of a drone hitting a aircraft? Hey, GivesAMinute on the internet. Hello, Charlie. How you doing, man? Searching the web. Yes, there are documented cases of drones or remotely piloted aircraft physically striking manned aircraft, although they are still very rare compared with bird strikes. Okay. Most reports are near misses or suspected strikes. Only a small number have confirmed physical contact. Looks like a DJI Phantom 2. Phantom 4 versus US Army Black Hawk helicopter confirmed. Location Staten Island. The drone struck the helicopter's rotor blade. Helicopter suffered damage but landed safely. The investigators recovered drone fragments embedded into the helicopter. This is in 2020. A DJI Mavic 2 Pro versus an Airbus in the Johnson Valley, California. Collision occurred during the King of the Hammers off-road race. Helicopter sustained damage, including a dented leading edge. Phantom versus Robson R44 in Israel. The drone struck the helicopter, causing damage. So none of them are falling out of the sky, though. What about passenger jets? There have been many reports of airliners encountering drones, especially around airports, but confirmed impacts on large commercial jets are extremely rare. One famous case at Gatwick Airport. By the way, that was the name of that airport, which I remember last time or one time before. Drone sightings in 2018 caused a huge shutdown, but no confirmed aircraft collisions. Shame you can't fly too high in Melbourne. Google the terrorist who planned on using drones to disrupt the Trump's birthday celebration. I don't want to do that. I want to find out if there is. So basically what I'm seeing there is there's no evidence of a drone hitting a plane or a helicopter causing it to fall out of the sky. That said, though, these rules obviously make sense. You know, you don't fly. But the one that I'm concerned with is that we live here under a military training ground. So there's two defense bases. There's HMAS Cresswell and HMAS Albatross. I guess Cresswell is ships being on the ocean and Albatross is aircraft. So there's always like helicopter training runs and this and that. And so often this area is considered a no-fly zone because of that. But my point has always been, well, what's the problem with drones at a beach filming surfing, even if there's a military exercise going on in the airspace above? The drone filming the surfer isn't going to be getting in anywhere near the helicopter pilots. And if it is, why the fuck are the helicopters that low to the ground? You know what I'm saying? Like, the argument will be, well, they're doing their training runs. They're dropping people into the ocean and then lifting them back up. Okay, the ocean's pretty large. Why do you got to do that next to the coast? I've seen them here plenty of times. They come up and they spend...
Oh my God, look, yep. This is very...
It's not awesome.
It's not awesome.
I've seen them. I've videoed it I've videoed it at least 3 times and I've seen it like 30 times. And I live right here on the beach, right? These helicopters will sit maybe 400 meters off the beach and they'll drop. You'll see like dudes just drop out of the helicopter into the water and then they'll have to climb back up the rope and they'll drop again. These are all training exercises that they do. And I'm not saying they don't need to do them, but if they're doing them in the ocean, why the fuck do they have to do them so close to the beach? The ocean's very large, in fact, too large, right? The ocean is big. You can go and do that anywhere. So if they're saying you can't fly a drone in a no drone zone because of Defense Force exercise runs, I say that needs to change as well, because the guy filming the surfing isn't interfering with that airspace. They're just not. They're filming the surfing. They're not filming. They're not there to do it. And what I'm saying is that those guys that are filming the surfing can also film the beach and alert people for sharks. If you're going to get the lifesavers to do it as part of their job and they're volunteers, then bring everybody else in around and say, hey, you guys that are filming this and that, you also have your eyes out. If you see something, say something. That's the basis of my argument. I think it's a good one too. Now, with that said, I do want to make this address into a video. Netsky, they don't care what you think, Gives. No, they don't. But I'm allowed to have an opinion, right? And I don't care what you think. So take that. How do you like that? Nobody cares what I think, of course. No, why would anybody care what I think? Who cares? Sometimes I don't even care what I think. A lot of the time I don't care what I think. The thing is, I do strive to make... That does sound nice to crack a drink. Good comeback. Yeah, man, I gotcha. I tell you what I want to do. I want to make this into a little video. I got a little button on my Stream Deck that'll cut to a video section. I won't hear any of these distractions, and I'll try to deliver that piece directly to the camera quickly and concise, and then we'll come back to you guys want to call in or whatever because the chat's not working. I'll just double check that on the Discord. Jude had to stop, close OBS, reopen and restart my stream. For the chat to work again? For the chat to rework? That's weird. That's going to be weird. Okay, so I'm going to try to deliver this to the spiel, to the meat, to the...
Okay, that's very good.
That's very good. So you won't be able to drop any alerts on this and you won't be able to comment and it'll just be me talking to the camera. I'll try to do it in 2 minutes. I'll probably fuck it up, but I'll try to give it a shot. How am I going to say it? I'm going to say... No, shit. The chat just came back on. Well, shit me. There is all the chats. They're just coming in willy-nilly. They doubled up, though. So someone at Discord's end has fixed it. We all have power. The Discord, they fixed it. There it is, folks. Is this working now? Let me see. This is the Beam Chat specific. That one's obviously working. Is YouTube working? Is YouTube? No.
That's going to be weird.
That is going to be weird. Velora's working. YouTube's not. Okay. Okay, well, at least we got a chat on screen and we got a chat here. Yeah, we're good. We're good for the chat. Let me just check the kick machine. Let me check the kick machine and I'll just see if that's working. There it is. Charlie got me, beat me to it. Valora's working. Okay, it looks like they're all working except YouTube. So what that tells me, Twitch is up. Bam, bam. What about Nemo? What about my lovely favorite Nemo bots? Bots on Nemo? Nemo's working. The bots are in swing. What about... no one ever chats in Blaze. What about Blaze? Blaze? There's a chat from a lovely streamer in Nemo land, Blossom Dawn. Your confidence is admirable. Thank you, Blossom. You sound like a real person. Someone I could really get to know. That's because YouTube sucks. YouTube's fine. It's the permanency that I like about YouTube. What about Spilled? Spilled? That's right.
Well, I'm not like some madman.
Well, you better get that checked out. Spilled is work. Okay, so they're all working except. Oh, what about Rumble? Tumble Bumble. Tumble? Tumble's good. Sucking can be good. What about Odyssey? I don't think Odyssey pulled in anyway. No, Odyssey's going bow. Okay, so we're back up and running for all those chat machines except for the tubes of you, but I don't care about that. But anyway, I'm going to cut it. Now that the chat's working, I'm going to cut off and not use it. I want to just shoot this little video, and then if you want to call in, do we want to have a... Okay, let me do this while it's on my mind. Okay, hold on. What am I going to say? I don't know. I'm going to run it off the cuff. Okay, here we go. Hello, the internet. It is Saturday, the 18th of July, 2026, and welcome back to the channel. You know, recently, the New South Wales government has given a truckload of money to have drones flying at our beaches 365 days of the year spotting sharks. I got to give a round of applause for that. That is wonderful, right? The drones spotting sharks from above, absolutely going to help people like me, surfers. You're going to feel safer. You're going to see the action before it's happened. You're going to be able to get out of the way. This is a great incentive, but I got something that I want to bring up that I think is overlooked right now. We already have a lot of drones flying around. People filming the surfing, fishing dudes that use them to take the bait further out. There's already drones on the beach. They're flying illegally. You're not allowed to fly a drone on the beach. You're not allowed to fly a drone within 30 meters of someone else. That's anywhere. That's the CASA, Civil Aviation Safety Authority. That's their rules. Maybe it's time now to change those rules. Maybe it's time to say, hey, if you've got a drone and you want to fly it at a beach, by all means go ahead, because you are then another set of eyes in the sky. Now, we all know about if you see something, say something at the airport. Same concept, right? If you see something at the beach, say something. Now, how are you going to see something? Mainly from above. We already have kids with drones. We already have people surfing with drones. They're not allowed to. They already are. These new surf life-saving drones, they're not every beach. And from what I understand, the surf lifesavers are volunteers. So potentially you may get a volunteer who doesn't know exactly. Now, they're going to be trained, but I'm just saying, we already have people that have drones that do use them. They're breaking the law. Let's reduce that or remove that law and say, if you want to film surfing, you want to film your beach activities, by all means go ahead, but be aware that you are now actively looking out for anything and you are obligated to then report. Have an app that you can make a report to, call up whoever you need to. It needs to be, we can't keep stopping people when it's helping people. We need to help people help people. Surfing is great. Drones are great. They're already being used. There's the argument about being too close to the airspace of flights and whatnot. I live on a beach here and it's in a military training ground. My point there is, well, if they're filming the beach, surfing and whatnot, they're in this low airspace anyway. Why are the helicopters in that low aircraft space anyway? If they've got to do a training run, dropping their guys into the ocean and lifting them back up, the ocean's pretty big. They could do that anywhere. Why are they going to do it at the edge of the beach where people are surfing? I don't know. They do that. I don't know why. Maybe they go a little further off. The drones can be in. We're seeing everything. We're protecting everybody. I think this needs to change. CASA needs to change their rules. If you agree with me, thanks. If you don't, that's all right. Still, just know that you're wrong. And maybe you'll find something on my channel that you like. I'll catch you next time. I'm just sitting here until the outro finishes, or the overlay card, just sitting silently. Not silently, now I am. Pretty much nailed that in one take, man. Fucking nailed it. Absolutely nailed that. Maybe it went on a bit long, but I do like to talk, you know? Are the rules based on drone weight? They are. Sub 250 and you're good. Gives a minute glory. By the way, these Netsky, you putting these emotes, you know what? Let's fire up my chat just for some comparison. Check this out, dudes. Where is my freaking mouse? It's gone itchy. Did I say it's gone itchy? I don't know what I meant by that. Okay, here's my chat. Turn off the beam chat. When you fire up an emote on Valoran skins, my chat shows the emote. The beam stream chat does not. Check this out. There's Dale's emote. Here comes one that we all love. The dancing chicken. Oh no, I've got the queuing. I haven't done the queuing yet. Okay, I've got to fix the queuing. Okay, there's work to be done here, but the dancing chicken. I love these big raid emotes from Valora. Check these out. Bam, dude. There's some pretty good ones. Hey, the raid emotes. That's a big one, right? Bamskis. But I do love the Nebula Galaxy effects. Check this out. I'll call it Nebula.
Thank you.
Sticker. Thank you. The Nebula effect. I've got to fix that too. Okay. So you can see that there's things that need to be fixed. There's things that need to be fixed here, but we are getting closer to being rolled out perfectly. And like I said, all of it is text to speech. So it reads it out to me. It even reads the alerts, the emotes. It says, GivesAMinute on Valora sent the thumbs up emote. So we're gonna have, and by the way, this is just the Valora chat. All of them are gonna be pulled in. Like all the chats are pulled in this same format. I'm pretty pumped, pretty stoked, pretty psyched to having this to be ready. Nebula's good. Comptech, you didn't do it right. Wait.
I just spotted.
You better get that checked out. Comptech, did you not do that right? Did you type Nebula or did you use the Nebula?
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. It comes up to, and by the way, that's a Valora. Wait, what comes up twice? Sir Pigeon. What comes up twice? I'm confused. Want a rainbow? The rainbow looks sick. Oh, when I did, yeah. So I just farted. So it's not finished yet. But what we're seeing is I've got both of them running. So right now I just farted. You're getting that twice because I just turned this on just to show you, but it's not. I haven't turned the other one off. So I'll just get rid of it because at the moment we shouldn't be using it. It's not finished, but I'm just so psyched at how rad it is. So we'll go back to that. Yeah, I'm so pumped though. And yeah, all the okay, this should be a pat on the back to Corey because all the cool stuff that I just kind of showed you, that the different colors and everything, that's all his work. So all I'm doing is pulling.
The sky is blue, but sometimes it's gray.
Yeah, that's true, Keemstar. Well assessed.
At ID Digital Agency, we're not perfect, but we're aware. You can listen to a past episode or get in touch with us over at ID Digital.
We're also not real. At ID Digital, we're not real. We're AI. And you can tell by the way our voice-activated speech isn't quite there yet. This all is props to Corey. He's designed all this and he's given the API access, which, by the way, I'll be honest, up until a little while ago, I didn't know what that meant. I knew it was a thing. I knew API access was a thing, but now I know how it works and I'm using it.
You have to see it. It's very cool.
You have to see it. It's very cool. And by the way, this is out of the gate working. BeamStream still don't have API access yet. BeamStream have a website. Dudes, check this out. Go to BeamStream. Actually, I'll just search it up. BeamStream API access.
They're remaking Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford.
Goodness gracious. Beam API access. There's a website dedicated to it. Data API is in private beta. Request access on this page. I requested access on this page, I don't know, maybe 5 months ago. No. I keep asking about it in the Discord. Nothing. No API access. No, not there yet. Why have it then? Why search it up? Why be able to find it? You know what I'm saying? Like Beam and I don't know, like I'm paying for Beam. And I asked for the API access and they're just like, and it's there. All they gotta do is approve it. I don't know, man. Sir Pigeon, on the plus side, I've written the introduction to my cookbook. Wait, you're a chef? I mean, I either forgot that or I didn't know it in the first place. I'm going to go with I didn't know it in the first place. No, wait. I forget a lot of stuff. I can get away with this by saying I forgot. I did not know you were a chef, dude. I'm making fun of my inability to remember anything, but I honestly didn't know. No, but I'm writing a book about my life experience. Wait, what? You're writing a cookbook? But you're not a chef and it's about your life experiences? No worries. I'm putting out an autobiography of my marathon runs that I've never done. The fuck are you talking about, man? What? You're putting out a cookbook that's about your life? All right, maybe I'm just mishearing it. Or maybe you're just saying it wrong. You know what? Now that we got the chat up and running, do you want to just have a stream or do you want to, does anybody want to call in? I'll let you guys decide because I do have content. I got tabs up the wazoo. I want to learn about the tech at the World Cup. By the way, okay. I know this is right. I'm going to just say it. By the way, for those that don't know, this is a spoiler alert. The final of the FIFA World Cup includes 2 teams and I know what they are. Man, look, okay, let me tell you how I know this. I've gone on a go slow for, I guess, the last week, maybe a little bit longer than a week. I haven't even opened up Facebook. I haven't opened up Twitter. I've got them on my phone, right? And I've just gone, nah, I don't want to know anything about the World Cup football because I'm watching it at my time, my leisure. Whenever I get a moment, I watch a game. I'm still in the group phase. I'm still so far behind because I've watched every game. I'm still in day 3.
Use the hole, bridge the hole, or fill the hole.
I'm filling the hole as slow as I possibly can, and then I'm going to unfill it and then fill it up again. I'm so far behind. I'm only. All right, shut me up. That one goes on just a little bit too long, but so do I. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah. So I've said to myself, by the way, today I'm watching. Calm down. I don't even want to. It's a little embarrassing. Argentina in their second match. Now, here's the thing.
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. I already know who are in the final. And don't correct me if this is wrong, but I'm 99% sure it's Argentina v England. How do I know that? You won't believe how this fucking came out.
Possible exception.
It's a possible exception. This possible exception. That's Trump just, it's a possible exception. That was funny. This is how this came out. Like I tell you, I haven't looked at any Twitter. I haven't opened it. Haven't done anything. And the way that this came out, I listened to a pretty geeky podcast. I watch it. It's called Mac Break Weekly. It's worse than what it sounds like.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I love it too, but it's old dudes talking about Apple Macintosh products. Once a week, they're old and they sit around and just talk about Apple products. They're not working for Apple. Some of them are in the industry, but they're not directly employed by Apple, and they just talk about and how this came out. Fucking before I even knew what was being talked about, the host had said something like, this is a guy called Leo Laporte. He said, given that you're English, are you going for England or Argentina in the final? And before I'd even heard it, I was like, I just heard it. I was like, what? He didn't even say spoiler or let's turn our attention to the World Cup. He just said, given your connections to England, are you going for England or Argentina in the final? And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I've tried to avoid this. I've had a strict no conversation policy. Baxter used to play football. Shal, who came down here recently, you guys who didn't watch that stream messed out. Don't tell me, but I'm pretty certain that's like I heard that right. It's Argentina v England. So I had this. Shal works, he works in football, something marketing. I don't know. He works in the football industry. Precipitation. Not that. Something else to do with precipitation. He works in the industry, and he was here. And even to those two boys, I said, I don't want to know anything. Nothing. No.
I like this guy.
The bucket drop. And yeah, then all my intents and the best way I could to not get to not get spoiled. And then I'm on a fucking tech podcast and he blurts it out. And I'm like, as it was being said.
We see you, GivesAMinute.
That's what I said.
We see you.
I see myself. As it was happening, I was like, no. Now I know. So now I'm watching Argentina v. Who are they playing right now?
I wrote that script.
You should have kept it to yourself. By the way, just a little question. See how these are piling up and they're playing at the same time? Do you guys like that feature? I can keep it in my chat overlay. I can limit those spoken alerts or I can let those overlap. What would you like? Would you rather because one person rename nameless, you like them overlapping? Yeah, I like them overlapping except when someone, Jake, comes in and just goes to town and just fires them all off at the same time. That's when it's like, it's not great. I love it, Dale. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll leave him. We just have to keep Jake on a tight leash. That's a Valora sound. Electricity. Thank you, Comtech. Because I know you're paying for that. Thank you for that, man. So basically, I'm.
Let's begin this with a show of good faith.
A show of good faith. That's right. Yeah, and we'll ban that guy if he keeps doing it. We'll block him. We'll block him and ban him. But no, I've got these videos lined up, like the tech in the World Cup. Like, I don't know how this works, but man, I want to learn about it.
So why am I being yelled at by you dum-dums?
You dum-dums. Oh, I've got another one that I'm going to grab from him. Did you ever see Richard Hart say, Konnichiwa? I'm going to grab that for sure. I don't know where it is, though. That's his response. Yeah, so why am I being yelled at by you dum-dums? What do you say? Polls don't work yet on Valora, but I was going to say, should we open it up to see who wants to do what? Do you want to call in or do you want to just learn about the tech at the World Cup? Call in. You really want to do a call in? Okay. All right, we'll do a call in. So what I'll do, I'll go and take a small break here. Go and grab myself a coffee, I think, not a beer. And I'll set up for a call in. And when we come back, we'll have the call in. Enjoy some surfboarding out there in the ocean. That's where it normally happens.
Good morning. GoPro Mission 1 Pro by 2. I guess this is going to be a little test. First of all, I'm not surfing very well, so forget all the surfing. Let's just focus on the GoPros. GoPro have suggested that the floaty for the 13 does not fit the Mission 1 Pro, and it does, but it also doesn't. So what I've done to make it fit, I took a Stanley knife or a box cutter and sliced off some parts and shoved it in. Excuse me. Forget that, close out. Yeah, I shoved it in after cutting off a few pieces. Now that obviously makes the thing less buoyant. So the question is, the Mission 1 Pro is heavier than the 13. After you've cut some of the foam off, will this thing still float? So how about we find out? I'm a little frightened to do this. Oh, shit. Uh-oh! Can you see that? Hasn't floated yet. Hasn't floated, hasn't surfaced yet. There it is. Wow, that took a long time to come back to the surface. So the answer to the test is yes, it does float, but not as well. So if you get a hefty wipeout in whitewater, you might want to wait a while and just keep an eye on where you left it last. You will see it, but you'll stay a long time.
Are you? You're already back, aren't you? Man, this smells great. Fresh out of the washing machine. Fabric softener. Where's my glasses? I don't know why I put them over there. Give me a sec. No worries. Luke, no problem. I got to load it up anyway. It's been a while. You know what I used to do? I'm going to just say it seems to be okay. I'm in the green room. You already there? Daleskins. All right. I'm going to be over there in a second. Oh, that's right. We got to pop up the. Give me a second here to do this. We go. I'm going to join it. I joined it, but I got to pop it out. Give me a second here. What happened then? I hear a clunk. Now I'm going to have to clunk myself. Pop this out into the other room. Hold on a second. Pop it out. Turn on a camera source. Turn on... Actually, you know what I got to do? Disconnect it. Start a virtual camera. Start a virtual camera. That's what I got to do. Join it. Mute that shit. And call-ins. Turn on a camera. Virtual camera. Preview cameras on. Put this over here. No, pop it out. That's what I did wrong last time. I got to pop this shizzle, pop it out. And then if we go over here, we should be good. Can you hear me, Luke? I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Have I muted you? No muted Taharas. Why? Give me some audio. You are talking, aren't you? You're talking? Yeah, he's talking. Okay, hold on. Wait, I know what that is. I know what that is. Let me just check this. Output device needs to be on this one. I think that should be it. Give us some more volumes there, Luke. He's not talking. Now he is. Okay, so now still the wrong one. Okay, output device is the wrong one. It's got to be this one.
Oh, this is hilarious.
There it is. There it is. I had it on the wrong output device. It's all good. Calm down, Dale.
Fuck you, dude.
Calm down. Always saying calm.
Calm down. That's never gonna happen.
Calm your tits.
I'll be at my own funeral, and I'll still be talking.
Do you know what?
I've already made a deal with my partner so that if I ever die, please chuck a recording box into my actual coffin so that at least someone can at least hear me going, "The fuck is going on here?"
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So.
I got to plead here. I did not do anything. Discord changed that output device. I have never changed it, but it did change it. So give me a break there.
Well, that's always fine.
Yeah. So what's on your mind, Luke?
No, this book is literally just all about live music and photos and flavors of notes of family recipes that I've had for years. So that's why I'm writing it.
I see. Okay, so it's it's not a cookbook per se. It's more of a family heirloom kind of thing.
Pretty much, and I'm just in the process of writing it.
Yeah,
so.
I know someone that did that. Yeah, and it's very handy. The family recipes that get passed on through, from grandparents down through kids and stuff. I think they need a book because they need to get passed on to the next generation.
Luke, have you ever written a book before, or?
No, this is my first time sort of winging it and taking it as it comes. So this is going to be a funnel.
It's going to be a steep learning curve, bro.
Oh, bro, and believe me, this is I've only done the first introduction page, and I'm pretty stoked of how I've written it so far.
Good, that's cool.
So, I'm not going to give anyone any notes on it, but. Chapter 1 is, or part 1 of it, the introduction is already done. And I've already done 281 words, and this is only day 1 of me writing, considering.
Are you good at sort of, editing, where you go back and reread what you've already written and think, oh, you know what, I need to tweak that a little bit?
I'm going to get my partner to proofread it after.
There you go. Yeah.
So, okay. Thankfully, she's good at, putting words together. I'm not, but I'm sort of relying a little bit on AI, but I'm not relying on it too heavily.
I'm the guy that when I was in high school and my first few years in college, my friends would always come to me and be like, "Hey man, can you proofread my term paper or my report or whatever?" And I would find 20 fucking flaws. So I became the editor of the group, and I was pretty good at it.
I think I've tossed and turned on the name 3 times or 4 times already, and I've already came up with one that I'm pretty happy with, and that sort of suits the name of what I'm sort of going for.
We'll go with that then. Yeah.
Which I mean, I've tossed and turned on it probably 100, like nearly. I've gone with nearly 6 different names already, and I'm like, I'm settling on this one because I'm like, I like this name. It makes sense to what I'm doing, but
on a slightly different note, but this is interesting. There's some similarities.
There's some similarities.
I can't even do it fucked up right. But anyway, I've been watching a lot of little and reading a lot of little like backstories about like music that I love, stuff that I grew up with, and reading the stories about how that song came to be, how the writing occurred.
Wait, which song in particular?
Fascinating. Oh, I've been like dozens over the past 6 months or so.
I mean, in the last couple months, I agree with you on that, Dale, but there are a lot of bands that I listen to. So, like, bands like I Prevail is one of them. And one of them, actually, funny enough, I think there was an interview I watched with I Prevail recently that Eric actually leaked out and actually said, well, Into Hell is basically all about my wife and how the marriage of that sort of came about, which was a beautiful memoir.
You know what's fascinating to me is that a lot of times what the song is about, I might know the lyrics of the song front to back, but to me the song meant one thing. To the writer and the singer, it meant something totally different. And I'm like,
100%.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, sorry, that was a tangent.
That's great. Hey, Luke, are you going to publish that book at all, or is it just a print for you and your family kind of thing?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You're into
then by all means, I'll sort of post a copy to them.
Yeah, okay.
Nowadays, self-publishing is really easy. I mean, I purchased books from several people on DLive. I have a copy of what was that dude's name? The Japanese guy who was buddies with Elfsar.
Not BK.
Yeah, BK
Johnson.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he wrote a book about pride, which was really interesting. I didn't agree with him, but it was a good take on it. And then there was a couple of others. I can't remember. I'd have to go back through because that's all stored away now. But yeah, self-publishing is interesting. It's cheap, so something to think about.
It's cheap, but it's also the fact that, like, sir, I've seen friends who actually go to Officeworks, they print out like nearly the 20-page book or however many pages they've done, and they actually print it out as a hard copy that way instead of actually doing it as a, like, I don't know, overall, like going into a publisher and doing it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm just playing it by ear at the moment.
I did a Tracer photo book. I think it was 2015, and I used Apple photo books, and it came out really good, like really good.
Oh no! See, I would buy a copy of that. Is that available for purchase somewhere?
Do you know I've only got maybe 3 of them left.
I'll buy one.
I'll give you one, dude. I'll give you one. But
No,
there's literally
no. I'm gonna pay you for your work. You're not gonna give it to me.
It was happy to pay you for
it. Let me check. You guys keep talking. I'll just see how many I've got left.
Oh man!
So I'm surprised Benon actually hasn't like made a book of like all the photos he's done over the years.
Oh, good lord! It would be an encyclopedia. It would be like 30 volumes.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the fucking photographs he's taken? Holy shit!
There's I follow 2 photographers on the daily. There's one called James Hartley. I'm not sure what's his name. I'll have to pull up the book.
You guys are in luck. There's more than I thought. Sorry.
Like Kanye Lenz. I'm sure you know this person as well, Benon.
Yeah, sorry.
Kanye Lenz, ring a bell?
Yeah, I've got his book right here. Kanye Lenz.
And I've also got another one by what's his name? James Hartley, which is young at heart.
James Hartley.
All, like, yeah.
Is he an Adelaide photographer?
I'm not sure, but I'll show you the photo of the book.
Yeah, show me. Yeah, this is pretty. This is pretty sick. This book. Okay, I haven't seen that. Yeah. Show feet. By the way, now your feet are on the internet.
What is that big brick you're holding there, Benin?
That's a book by a guy called Kane Hibbard, but he goes by Kanye Lens. He's just a photographer that did a lot of work for Soundwave Festival, and this is a book that he put out, a real big book.
Although, what number is your book? That's the question, because...
Well, it's 113.
113 you've got.
Yeah.
Let's see what number mine is.
Yeah, let's compare. Because this was like a limited thing to help him along his way, keep him involved. And I mean...
1,749.
I got in it. I know, I don't know this guy, but I know him enough to say, when I saw him in the pit, I'd always have a chat to him. And then when his book was coming out, I was like, I'm buying your book, dude. And I bought it straight away.
Putting out a book like that with photographs is more expensive. It's more expensive to produce than just a book of print.
Yeah.
So,
Well, see, from memory, Kane didn't produce that many books. And I think I had sent him an email years and years ago asking would he put out a second volume, because there was plenty of photos that he did miss. I think 2008 to 20, whatever year that finished.
Yeah.
I can't remember what year Soundwave finished.
2013, 2014? Yeah. No, later than that.
Something around that. Yeah.
But these Tracer books, so these are kind of small. They came out just for the 2015 tour. It was like a buy it at the merch table thing. I've got one that's opened, which is my copy, and I'm going to keep a sealed copy. And then I've actually only got 1, 2, 3. I've only got 4 left in total. So Luke, oh shit. Oh wow, I've got Pokemon cards in here. What the hell? Oh, Baxter gave me these. That's right. Baxter gave me these a number of years ago, and he said, hang on to them. They could be worth something. Pokemon pop out somethings, I don't know. Anyway, so Luke and Dale, you guys can each have one if you want it, because that's it.
Yes, please.
Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, please set one aside for me. I would love that.
I just want to keep a sealed one and an open one, and the rest I want to give to people.
Benton was the last time Soundwave was an active
2016, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yeah, I was in Sydney, yeah.
You said the 2015 tour. Where was that tour? Was that Europe?
European, yep. And I think what I did with this was pretty much at the very end, and it was like, if I put this up on the merch table, I can make some money, whereas everything else would go to the band. So I'll just made that came out for some reason. Like I made like a book that kind of told like a little bit of, it's mainly just photographs from the tour. But I did put a little
Trey, man. Trey's just like, ah.
Yeah. I did put a little this is one of my favorite photos on the back of the book. That one, I think that was in Belgium.
Oh yeah, with the arena and the audience.
Yeah, dude, that was so fucking rad, that show. But then at the end, I did put a little blurb, like a little piece about Tracer, and at the end, the song list is backwards, which is what we were doing. We were doing like reverses and stuff, and Mike wrote the entire set list backwards. And I thought that'd be a great way at the back of the book to be a backwards set list. By the way, can it actually, you might not know the song names. Try to work out. Tell me what those songs are.
Too Much, Animal, WFTD, There's a Man, Astronaut, Devil Ride,
Okay,
Versus the World.
that was a bad example. The backwards ones probably. But Mike did ones where he did opposites of the song titles as well. So Too Much Will Be Not Enough. Water for Thirsty Dogs was Food for Hungry Cats or something like that. Yeah.
You guys are twisted.
Just to keep it fun on the road.
You know what you should do? I don't know, maybe you've already done this, but for your own personal copy, you should have each one of them like maybe just autograph something and give a little comment.
I think, yeah, I mean, I think they did get signed. But those ones got sold on the night. But I'm pretty sure that
but you need to have one of those for yourself. You know?
I don't go for autographs, man. I know the people. I don't need their fucking signature unless I'm going to steal from their bank account. You know.
I was on tour with them. I don't need their fucking signature.
What's a signature, man? It's a scribble of writing. They always look stupid anyway. It's like I don't know. I've never really gone for signatures and stuff.
Yeah, I kind of get you.
I mean, it doesn't. Say that again.
I've got four things that are signed by the Ghost Inside, and I've still got them like for collectibles.
I mean, it does increase the value of something for sure if someone autographs it. Yeah, I can see that. But as far as me wanting to keep an autograph, I don't care for it.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Now, I'll if you fart in a jar, I'll buy that, but that's different, you know.
So you can
okay.
Now, you know that there were people selling, or you know, e-girls that were selling like bath water and jar farts.
Fart in a jar.
Literally farting in a jar and selling it as merch.
Every once in a while, you say stuff that I'm just like.
But that actually happened.
What?
That actually happened. There were.
I'm aware of that, but oh man, I don't get it. I don't get the appeal of that at all.
It's a wide world out there.
Yeah, it is.
Sometimes it's too wide.
Yeah, it is.
That's a chopper.
Hey,
without spoiling it, the World Cup's tonight, right? Saturday? No, tomorrow.
The bronze medal game, the third place game is today, I guess, for you guys.
Yep.
Saturday.
Yep.
And then the final is Sunday.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. Okay.
I haven't really been watching it too much, but what
dude, you are doing the World Cup wrong.
I'm doing it wrong, am I?
What the fuck are you trying to do, man? You're trying to watch every fucking game. You're gonna find out. You already got it spoiled. You already know. So it's like, just watch the main games.
But I want to see all the games. I want to watch them.
But you want to see, but it's better when you watch it live. When you watch a sporting event live, it's just magic.
This is true.
Especially if you're like watching it with other people.
Hey, Woz, how you doing, man?
No spoilers, but I mean, the problem that I had last time I watched the World Cup, it was on such awkward times. I mean, America's
hi, Mark.
Fortunate that our times are 1 day difference.
Oh, hi, Mark. I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. Sorry.
Yeah, that is a good point about the time difference. Yeah.
The thing is,
the last time I to it, and it was just ridiculous. Like trying to catch one game was like a real shitty.
If your team's being played, like if Australia's playing or the US is playing or Canada or whatever, then sure. I watched all the Aussie games in real time. As soon as they bowed out, and by the way, I also watched whenever we heard who we were playing against, I went back and watched those teams' games as well. So I did jump forward to keep up the speed. But as soon as Australia bowed out, I was like, okay, I'm going to go back now and just fill in all the blanks in my own time, knowing that someone, not Australia, is going to win. And I want to, that's why I stopped looking at my social media, because I didn't want to know where it went. I like watching it. Like, I enjoy watching the games. It's actually it's strange. It's a little intense, hey? Like, I don't know if you guys get it, but I find watching football strangely, like, this is a bit embarrassing, but my heart rate goes up.
I will put myself on mute for a sec. Bear with me, my daughter's just on a second.
Okay.
There's nothing remotely embarrassing about that. I mean, I'm a huge college football fan. That's a big thing here in the United States. And like, if my team's playing, oh fuck yeah, man, I get real emotional. I get real excited, and I get real fucking pissed off when we screw up or lose.
Can you explain the actual rules of college football? Because is it the same as normal football, or is it just like
it's very similar to the NFL, the pro football in the United States, but there are subtle little differences, and it changes from year to year too, which makes it even more complicated. But the basic rules are the same. It's totally different. Football is what we call football is totally different than it's nothing like soccer. It's not even like rugby. It's its own thing. and it's hugely popular here. I mean, huge.
Yeah.
The number one sport in the United States is football. So.
Yeah, gridiron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, the soccer, so the other football, from what I understand from watching these games, there seems to either be a lot of people, like let's pick a country. Oh, I'll tell you what, Iran. So Iran played the other night. I watched that game. Iran versus Spain, I think it was. And there was a lot of Iranians in the crowd.
That was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's in the group phase. This is the second time that they've played. I'm so far behind. But my point was that there's a lot of Iranian fans that they didn't fly. By the way, this is a bit of a strange team to pick, but like America's bombing Iran, but yet we're also watching them play football in our stadiums, and the fans are packing it out. Like a lot of people were there. Like 70-odd thousand, on both sides, like 30,000 per whatever. I didn't think there were that many people into it in America.
I just saw a thing earlier where this has been the most successful World Cup ever as far as attendance.
Yeah, wow.
That's massive.
That's
and I'll
cool.
tell you what, people from all over the world are coming to this country and they're loving it. They're like, fuck, America's awesome.
Yeah.
So that puts a big smile on my face. I mean, look, to be fair, we're like everybody. We have our problems. I'm not saying America's the best or we're perfect or anything like that, but we also don't suck the way some people claim we do. So, it's nice to see that people are seeing the truth and not some bullshit.
Sure. Yeah. No, I mean, they put on their best. It's the best light for the rest of the world. Like the World Cup is so many different countries involved and so many people got their spotlight on the host nations. So yeah, they're doing a great job for sure.
Yeah, but it's not just that. There's dozens of like state-of-the-art stadiums that are where these matches are being played.
Yeah.
And people are seeing all that. It's not just one or two, it's a bunch of them. It's
Totally.
all across the country.
Yeah.
Because most of these are football stadiums, US football stadiums, and they've been converted for soccer.
Yeah.
It's also
baseball too.
It's also just because if people are here from another country, they're not just watching the match. They're going to restaurants, they're hanging out with locals, they're going to bars, and they're having a fucking blast.
Yeah,
it's
true.
all of it.
Yeah.
It's the whole.
So let
that
me ask you,
immersion.
which part of the States are you from again?
Well, I was born in Michigan, but I've lived most of my life in the great state of Florida.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, that's why people love it. So.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, people travel here from all over the world to go to Disney World and Universal Studios. And
What's the stadium closest to you where a match is being played? Would that be Georgia?
Probably Miami.
Of course, Miami. Yeah. Wow, man. Yeah.
I've been to the stadium in Atlanta.
Okay.
Fucking
Is that
amazing.
normally played like the American football gets played there, or what?
Both the professional Atlanta has a professional NFL football team, and they have college football teams that will play there as well.
Sorry. Look who commented on Nemo TV.
What?
Does that mean, Flo, you went over there and created an account? Flowski went over to Nemo and signed up as Flo and said, your content is top notch, just like the bots over on Nemo.
No, he did not.
Either that or the bot picked up that there's someone called Flo in my chat and they matched his handle.
See, but the problem is that I've got Valora open on my computer. The only thing I can actually see is Waz's comments. I can't see anything else.
Yeah. So if you're in Valora, you're only seeing the Valora chat. The multi-chat comes through on Beam. However, I will tell you this, when my chat is finished, the chat I'm vibe coding, I'll be able to give you a URL and you can pull up the multi-chat as well. So just at this point, if you watch it in Valora, you're only seeing the Valora chat. That should be said though.
Yeah.
But now that is Flo. I've had an account for a long time. Couldn't help myself. I love that you did that, Flo. And by the way, hi Rez. I don't know if you're still here on Kick. I saw you before just as we began this chat. Sorry, I forgot to say hello. Yeah, man. Yeah. I don't know. Look, I can say this though. I've watched every single game. And there's been some absolute thumpers that I didn't think would be thumpers. So some of the lousier teams, Tunisia, they're playing really well. They played really well. I don't even know, saw what was the team? I've got a photo right here. Anyway, there's teams that are cranking up their first time they've ever played in a World Cup, and they get their first goal, and the place just goes wild. So cool, man.
Yeah.
The vibes, man. It's the vibes.
And apparently there's been no major fights, which is apparently a common thing with soccer hooligans and all that.
Oh yeah, the fans. Yeah, true.
Yeah, the fans have been really cool. Like the Norwegian team fans and the Scottish team fans have sort of become famous for their unique sort of behavior, like when they're a group of them out at a bar, let's say, and they're all doing songs and they're all doing the different chants that they do, and it's just fucking awesome, man. I'm digging. I've watched more soccer in the past month than I've watched in my entire fucking life.
Nice.
And I'm loving it.
I love that Japanese chant. It's the "Oh Nippon, Nippon," and it's I ChatGPT'd it because I was like, what are the Japanese people singing at the World Cup? And it's it's "Oh Nippon," which is the original name for Japan, or the language of Japanese. That's how you say it. I was like, that's so cool, man. The whole stadium is singing it.
Yeah. That's another great point. So when I was 17, I had just turned 17, and I went to Europe to study. I was taking college courses, and I was still in high school, advanced placement, and best summer of my life. And I learned the Italians don't say Rome or Naples or Venice. They say Roma, Napoli, Venezia. That's the word of that's the name of their cities. It's Americans fuck it all up.
Isn't that just accent though? That's just an accent, right?
No, it's
an accent.
But it's spelled differently too. It's a different word.
Yeah, true.
Like there's
Rome
Venice.
Is R-M-E.
Venice.
It's R-M-A though.
Venice.
I see where you're coming from on that.
And Venezia.
Two different words.
Similar.
Yeah.
But they're not the same.
Yeah, man, that's an interesting point. I've often said that it's amazing how there's so many languages on the planet, yet numbers are all the same. Like if you go anywhere, 1 is 1 and 2 is 2 and 3 is 3 and 4, etc. That's funny. Like we couldn't for the life of us decide on the letters. We all have to have our own version of that. But the number, no, we'll all just use these ones. That's kind of weird.
Except you fuckers in your Z and nil.
Oh yeah.
Zero.
Zero. Yeah. So we say, what are we? A B C D W Y Z. Yeah, we say Z. But that's because, I mean, it's New Zealand, right? Like, what? How would you say it? New Zealand?
No, you guys say when you see the number 0.
Yeah.
You call it Z or nil.
No.
Americans don't use those terms.
No. We would often say naught, which is
naught. That's another one.
That's definitely English, naught. But we would say zero. Zero.
Oh, okay. Well, that's American. We say 0.
Yeah. What was the other one you said we say? 0 or something else?
We think nil was
nil.
well,
nil.
Nil or what's fuck, I forget the other one.
Yeah, but the visual.
Yeah, I've only ever heard the term nil. I've never heard of us calling it 0.
No. They often said 1-0 in the football. Quite often, I heard that. But
I've also heard juice in tennis, which is weird.
Oh right.
No. Deuce. That's That's something entirely different, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but the way Sir Pigeon said it, it sounded like he said juice.
That's what I heard. I heard the juicing, yeah. But my point was that those, even though we say it differently, the visual representation over the planet is the same. Like the number 1 is a 1 and a 2 is a 2. I think that is kind of like, that reminds me that, oh, you're also human. Like I'm also human. We're all human. And there it is, you know, we split everything up.
I get your point.
You know, races and different languages and borders and shit, but then the number brings us all back together again, you know?
So mathematics is the universal language.
Essentially, yeah. And that I'm so shit at it, which kills me.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, man. I'll tell you what, though. I might have... I want to go on this road trip in September. I got to start watching these matches to clear my... Like, I'm not going on this road trip until I've watched the grand final of the World Cup, you know? That's... got to do that. Got to smash out the next month.
Plans changed on this road trip you're planning, or still the same idea?
Same idea. I did make contact with my friend Luke, who... the Wild Camel Man, which we were talking about last time. He's in Broome and probably going to hook up with him at some point. So, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing what I said, but I'm also going with absolutely zero, like not zero, but extremely limited planning. Last time I made this tour book and I planned out this itinerary and I had to be here and we had to be there and we had to do... This time I'm like, I don't give a flying fuck. It's up to you guys in the chat to say, hey man, there's a waterfall, you know, that way, go that way. I'm going that way. I'm flowing with the wind and having a good time.
Have you set aside a certain amount of time, or
2 months?
From what you're... Because that's a long road trip you're going to be on.
It's a big ass country. Yeah.
Although my mate Aaron just did the whole country. He actually drove all the way from, or rode his motorbike all the way from Melbourne to Perth all the way up to like the top of WA, up and around.
Rad.
Which was a wild trip and took him 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, I may not go to Cairns and go up to that top northern point because I could do that anytime. I might try to go directly sort of through to Darwin instead. Go up to that way and then spend more time on that top northern western kind of WA area. That's making my way eventually to Broome, which is up that top left-hand corner. Just because the sheer proximity, like Broome and Sydney, they're polar opposites in terms of that's the furthest you could go from Sydney. So I know that later on, if I wanted to, I could come back and go back up to the top of Cairns and the Daintree. Yeah.
I remember Shiloh Rose, like, a year and a half ago, was talking about how she had been on a cruise that went up to, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's Cairns.
Cairns, yeah.
She said it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Cairns is
that's like real sort of tropical, right?
It's tropical. It's beautiful. There's rainforests. There's frogs everywhere and weird animals.
Oh, you got to do that, man.
No, but that's not just there. Like that's the northern part of Australia, period. So all of that stuff.
Oh, if you go to Darwin, it'll be similar.
Yeah, probably not as lush, but definitely close enough. But yeah, well, we got to go through that shit anyway. Like not. See, I could go to Cairns and then go across the tablelands. That's probably what I'm going to do. But the original idea was to go to Cairns and then keep going up the coast, Port Douglas, Daintree National Park, Cape Tribulation, all the way up to the top. But I don't have to. I could just go to Cairns and then cut inland and make my way across through those tablelands and through the rainforests into, I guess I'm going to have to go back down sort of Mount Isa and then back out to the Stewart Highway and go north to Darwin. But I don't know. But that's what I'm saying. Like what I'm talking about right now, last time I sat here for like weeks planning that. This time I'm just looking at the map going, let's head that way. And let's go there.
Now you're gonna be on your own this time, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what are you gonna do? Like, I'm not sure quite how to ask this. There are Crocs and stuff to be concerned about
Mm.
that area.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just wondering, you want to make sure you're careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I'm
in the U.S., you would be carrying a gun. And I don't know if that's an issue with Australia, probably not, but
it's definitely an issue. You can't do that.
oh,
I could probably.
Unfortunately, gun laws are very strict here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it can be quite ridiculous, and
I wouldn't even know.
Like depending on the state. Some of the states, like each state is different laws they're banned from. I understand.
I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to get a gun if I wanted to get one for self-defense. Like I don't even know what's that process look like.
what about like in the U.S. We also have stuff like if people are out camping and there are bears, we have like bear spray. It's like a really strong pepper spray. It's this big fucking canister, and it's an irritant, and it's enough to get the animal that's attacking you to back off. Maybe just something like that.
I mean, we got mace and pepper spray. I guess that's the same kind of thing.
Yeah, you definitely want to be prepared, because if some shit goes down and you're not ready, you're going to be like, oh fuck, I wish I had that right now. You know what I mean?
You are right, and I haven't thought about that yet. I've just gone more like it's not going to happen to me kind of vibe, but I understand what you're saying.
Protection, keep yourself safe though, B-man. That's all we can sort of suggest.
Yeah, I'm hearing it. I mean, I don't know. Aside from like some pepper spray or something, I don't really, and I don't even know if that's legal in this country. I don't know what
Pepper
people.
spray is, 'cause people carry it.
Pepper spray isn't legal in Oz. So thank you, man. What do people do like for that? Like what kind of protection against?
I thought it was.
That's when you pull out your big old. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Dude, by the way, I'm definitely getting an audio drop of that because that's got to be in here. That's not a knife.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah. I want to set up like in the Discord. I want to set up like people that you want this to be an audio drop. So link me the link and I'll get it and I'll do it. But that's got to be in there for sure. But yeah, you know what, man? This is why I love live streaming, because I've traveled around Australia a fair bit. I've never gone that far north to where the crocodiles are an issue. And I've never even really, it's funny, man. I've never even thought what you just said, Dale. Like I haven't even considered some kind of self-protection from the crocodiles. So,
well, not to freak you out, but the reason I'm bringing that up is because there was a woman here in Florida that was attacked by an alligator, which is basically
I did hear.
Is a crocodile.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's no longer alive. So
yeah.
You don't want to be in that position. It's better just to be safe, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Woz says you can get citrus spray for dogs, or women can use lynx spray or similar, but no actual capsicum spray, pepper spray. So, I mean, this is obviously a question that people ask before they travel Australia. So what yeah, I mean, what happens? Do you just run? Like, what do you just be croc smart? Don't go swimming don't go swimming unless there's signs up saying it's fine to swim. I mean, that's everywhere up there. Like there's signs up telling you yes or no.
Ben, they can run a lot faster than you.
I'm aware of that. I'm definitely aware of that. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I'm going to be safe, but yeah, if I do go, I guess it'll be live streamed. Someone can get the footage. That's what happened. He's got three angles of it.
Oh God, don't say that. That's a horrible thought.
At least there'll be no question about what happened. It'll be like, yeah, dude, he was live streaming, and then this fucking massive crocodile came out of nowhere in the back, and we were all telling him, but there was a little bit of latency, and by the time he heard us, it had already got his leg. Shit.
Oh, damn. Dude.
The thing is, man, I'm joking, but I am smart enough to not make dumb decisions, and I'm going to rely on my smarts more than anything up there.
Dumb ways to die.
So many dumb ways to die.
Yeah, but you have you go out into water holes and jump in the water, and you go out at night looking for frogs and stuff.
Yes.
Because you're that type of person.
I'm going to. Yeah.
There is, of course. So there's an issue there. You just,
Yeah.
do something, man. Do something. I don't want to have to fucking worry about you for 2 months. All right.
Can I like? Is there any way I can buy a gun in Australia for self-defense from a crocodile? Is that far-fetched, or is that just not even plausible? Like,
I think it's far-fetched.
If you're going to own a firearm, you need to have some training too on how
But you
to
also
load it,
need the
how to
license
use
for
it.
obviously a license to own it as well.
Yeah, I mean that's. I don't know anything about Australian law, but yeah,
it's fucked up.
Every
Isn't it?
state is different.
Yeah.
And every state is different, and so.
And taking it
looks of
across the border would be a bit sketchy too. Then.
Well, applications for New South Wales, particularly, is actually done for the police force. Victorian's done by Victorian Police. Queensland's done by QWPS.
Yep.
So, every state has their own bullshit laws.
I don't think self-defense is a valid reason. Says was, yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
You know what annoys the hell out of me about hearing you Australians say stuff like that is, excuse me, but self-defense is the best reason to own a firearm.
It's literally the only reason I'd want one right now.
Right.
It's the only reason I want one.
Probably the only Australian I can probably vouch for, though, that will actually make a good mockery of this is Jim Jeffries.
He makes
his whole view on gun control in Australia is something we all could probably take a vouch on.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so to be fair, let's shit on America for a minute. The opposite extreme is also true. When there's guns everywhere, then there's all kinds of gun violence, and it's crazy. So that's not ideal either.
We've definitely seen enough of that to know that it.
Yeah. So I'm not suggesting that I have all the answers. I'm just thinking out loud.
What about a different approach here? Like, does it have to be a firearm? Can it be like a crossbow, or can it be like a fucking massive machete or something? Like,
well, like I said, I think the best solution that people have found is like what they call bear spray. You might want to Google bear spray, because it would probably be, I don't know if it's legal. I can't imagine it's not. That would make no sense to me at all. I mean, I understand restricting firearms, but you can't die from getting shot with bear spray. It's just going to irritate the hell out of you.
Now,
you can always just get a bow and arrow, Benin. That's probably the most legal way of doing it.
Then you got to load
the
it.
problem with the bow and arrow is, what if you miss? Then you're screwed.
Well, I mean, I get that, but then crossbows are also heavily restricted and generally classified as a weapon here in Australia, which is annoying. But
pepper spray, you can just go. It's like a fire extinguisher. You just blast the whole area, and any animal within 20 feet of you is going to back the fuck off real fast.
Is bear spray any different to pepper spray, or are they the same thing essentially?
I don't know. I think they're very similar. It's an irritant, and it's like a really severe irritant to where it makes it difficult to see and breathe for whatever you blast it with for a period of time.
Funnily enough, the cops use it to crowd control here in Australia.
Although,
so they can use it for that, but you can't use it to save your life.
Yeah,
but to break it all down, in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, South Australia, Tassie, and Northern Territory, pepper spray and bear spray are actually strictly illegal to possess.
It's so strange.
And then in Western Australia, you can actually get away with it from retailers. Plus, you can get it over there. So
are you googling right there? Can you?
What is the excuse for why it's not legal to own that? That makes no sense to me.
Can you ask? And me either, Dale. And I'm an Aussie, and I respect the rules here. But while you're there, I don't want to do it now because I'm here in the chat room. But can you Google what's the most advisable way to protect yourself against crocodiles when traveling the Northern Territory? Because, like, if you can't have a gun and you can't have bear spray or pepper spray, what else can you have? Like, what aside from running or making a loud noise, like, what about the foghorn? Could that be an answer? Like, what is the answer? I guess is the question here. Like, just don't go near them. Is that what they're saying? Like, don't go anywhere.
Just stay home.
Yeah. We have crocodiles in Australia, so just don't go anywhere. Don't go where they are. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know, dude. It's a very good question, and I have not paid any time to this at all. So I've got a knife, and I'm going to take. Don't laugh, Dale. Don't laugh, but I am taking this with me. My Work Pro box cutter.
Oh, that'll come in handy in a lot of ways.
I mean, I could stab it with that.
If nothing else, you can give him a few little wounds while he's eating you.
I mean, it's better than
there's no real.
It is,
man. From what I've gathered, there's no real way of actually protecting yourself. You basically like are looking at a $200,000 fine. From what I've gathered.
Oh Lord.
I'd pay that. It's either that or die, right? Can I crowdfund that? Hey, I went on this road trip and you guys all came along and yeah, well, I did shoot a crocodile, but the alternative was either I die or I shoot it with an illegal gun. So can you guys all kick in for $250 and we can clear this fine up and then go back to what we were doing? Because I'm still alive.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure, dude, I'm not making this up, but I'm sure if that did happen, I'm definitely positive I could get enough Americans to pay that fee. They'd be like, fucking yeah, bro. We'll cover that, man. And move over here and you can own a gun and never have to do that again.
See, if I lived in Australia, I would be working for a law firm and we would be suing the fuck out of whoever to change this shit.
You can sue anyone and everyone for anything, though, Dale. Over there,
pretty much.
But what about if the argument?
Into my house, I'm going to sue you.
What about if you were like, well, I went swimming in this waterhole where they said, you know, no crocodiles are here. This is okay to swim, and I got attacked by a crocodile. Is there legal grounds to sue on that basis? Interesting.
Yeah. Fuck, there's a term for that. I'm brain farting. It's you're basically assuming responsibility at that point. What happens?
Who's assuming responsibility? The individual or the
individual.
Interesting. So therefore,
Now,
there's no real point of a sign then.
This is not my area of expertise. Okay, so we don't really do this. We do civil law. We don't do criminal law.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I'm just sort of yapping, but yeah, it's interesting.
I'll tell you what, I am glad you brought it up though, but I am going to be buying, and I haven't done it yet, but I will buy a trail cam. Now all that's going to do is provide, provide a little bit of, you know, after the fact assurance. Like I'll set it up at night pointing back at my vehicle. And if anyone tries to break in or anyone tries to...
Or you just sleep in the vehicle. That's what I'd do.
Huh?
Well, that's
why
what
don't you just sleep in the vehicle? That's what I'd probably do.
No. I do sleep in my vehicle, but what I've heard stories of people having their vehicle broken into while they're sleeping in it. People coming up and keying it or trying to access it, and I've also had personal experience where animals come and sift through all your shit. If not tied down, they'll go through your food and blah blah blah. I'm going to set up trail cameras pointing back at GoVan, so if anything does happen, at least it'll be documented. That's the minimum.
Now, how does that work? Is that like activated by a motion sensor or what?
Yeah, they're infrared and they're activated. You set it up and you have a radius of an area and you point it, and anything moves in that radius. It's always storing to a buffer, but the point that someone enters it or moves, it'll keep that recording on the SD card. And they run all night, no sweat. People use them for animals and wildlife tracking and stuff, but I'm going to use... I think you buy them in packs of 2 and you point one at the front and one at the back of the vehicle, and it just covers all bases, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I just put dash cams recently in my car, and the best investment I've ever done.
Yeah, dash cam. I mean, I've got a dash cam. It doesn't have Sentry mode on it, but those, you know, all the new electric vehicles have that, you know, the Tesla stuff where it views everything. Pretty rad.
I would recommend that if you hardwire them in for anyone.
Yeah.
I remember when backup cameras were sort of a new thing.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe 10, 15 years ago. And I remember thinking at the time, well, that's stupid. That's an expensive, worthless gadget. Then when I bought a vehicle that had a backup camera, now it's like I will never, ever, ever own a vehicle that doesn't have one.
Definitely. Yeah. I agree.
Very helpful.
So handy. And they have the little lines that go, and you can just keep the lines and you're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good idea.
It's funny how we change our minds, you know.
Definitely, yeah. How do the Tesla ones work? Because they get a satellite image from above? I don't get how that works.
Huh?
You know, like you can do the Sentry mode on a Tesla and you get like a top-down view from above. It's like it's weird. It's like
what?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. Like is it like transforming the view beam or something? I don't know, but it looks like it's looking from above down on your vehicle.
Although depending on your car, I know my mate Jess has in her Mazda, she's got actually full 360 view of like the car.
Yeah, that's what Will says.
Guys.
Yeah, no worries. The 360 view. What that does though, and I was talking to Duncan about this the other day, this idea of having full like coverage of your vehicle when you're in the store or something, it's a time, you know, like COVID when we were all in lockdown and we all had to stay at home. Well, I don't think that the planet will ever experience that again. People won't allow that to happen. Like that was a weird one-off and it won't occur again. And I also think that that small period of window where there were these absolute nutbags who were keying Teslas and spitting on Teslas and wiping dog shit on Teslas and doing all this horrible stuff because they don't like Elon Musk. So they'll go and scratch up a Tesla. Well, what they didn't understand was that they were being captured in 4K from multiple cameras because Teslas have this beautiful Sentry mode. So that's another period of time that we'll never see again because people that want to do something are now either too afraid that they're going to get caught doing it and in beautiful 4K, 8K, whatever it is, and everybody will see it and get laughed on the internet, so they just won't do it. So the idea of like people having to be more responsible for their actions, or is it more that now that we're being seen to do everything, we have to question what we're doing? Because these fuckwits who keyed up Teslas, they did that because they didn't agree with Elon Musk's principles. That doesn't mean you should go and fuck up your neighbor's vehicle. They've already bought the Tesla. It's your neighbor. You shouldn't be messing. And they're so ashamed of it that they hid their faces. They put hoodies on, but then the cameras pick them up so clearly that they get found out. So now, like I said, it won't ever happen again because people will be so frightened that we might get seen to, and we deep down, we know we shouldn't be doing this, right? This is not the right thing to do, but we're still going to do it anyway. So, yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm back. It's my weekend, so I went ahead and poured myself a Jack.
Oh, man, I'm jealous. I could get a beer. You know what? I might get a beer, hey. I'm going to get
I'm about to go out for dinner very soon anyway, so I'm not too sure. Like,
how long can you hang out for, Dale?
I'm good for a while. But before you leave, though, I want to throw one thing out at you, Benon, and you can think about this while you're getting a beverage.
Yes.
One of the things I would like to discuss with you, just at least briefly, is as you know, Elfsar did a YouTube stream recently.
Yeah.
And he asked you to do a reaction stream.
Yes,
to that.
he did. Yes.
I want to be a part of that in some capacity because I've already watched it.
Okay.
And I don't want to. I'm not gonna. No spoilers. I'm not gonna ruin it. I'm not gonna give my opinion until you watch it. But I will say that it's definitely worth watching.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Well, at a pinch, we could. Did you mean you wanted to be on here? Like we could do it through this, and we could both watch it at the same time?
Yeah, I want to be in a panel when you're doing it.
Sure. I mean, how long is it?
It's 20-some minutes, but okay. The thing is, it's 20-some minutes, but I know you, and you're going to keep pausing it as you do, so it's probably going to take an hour to get through it.
Okay, so
there's a lot.
We won't do it today then. We won't do it today.
Let's not do it tonight. But
we'll dedicate a real stream. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's you're gonna fucking dig it, man. He covers a lot of interesting territory. I'll just say that.
Is it a farewell to D-Live kind of thing, or?
No, this is about an artist and feeling like AI is going to take over the art thing and sort of push real art, human art aside, whether it's drawing or music or whatever, because it's already happening. AI is sort of taking the place of human art, and artists feel threatened by that, justifiably so.
Yeah.
But
Okay, there's a twist. Okay.
no, there's several.
Well, man, I'm definitely keen to watch it, and we'll do that. We'll dedicate an entire stream to it. I want to tap into that. I did have a wonderful conversation with someone in the bus just the other day. One of the rare times that I actually didn't listen to a podcast for the entire drive from down here in Jarvis Bay to the airport. I actually talked to this guy because he was a dev, and we had a really fantastic conversation about AI. And I'm going to remember it while I go and grab a beer, and then I want to come back and talk a little about that because it was exactly what you were just talking about.
Okay, cool.
So I'll jump out for a second, and I'll come back with a homebrew, and just neither of you two do anything crazy while I'm gone. Like no nudity, no naked shit, nothing crazy. Okay.
Oh, you're no fun. Shit.
It'll be more fun. Come on.
I don't want to come back and find out I've been blocked from the internet because you got your junk out while I was gone. I'll be back in a sec.
So you can just watch my feet if you want.
How do I
There's
jump?
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm not into feet, bro. Sorry.
Some people are.
I have never understood that. It's funny you mentioned that. That baffles me. There's nothing remotely sexual or about a foot. It's like,
I don't know. I know people who are into foot fetishes and that's their thing, but each their own.
I mean, I just don't get it. I don't mean that in a judgmental way. I'm not trying to criticize people who are into it. I just don't.
I mean, there's an actual dedicated site to it I've seen, but also I'm not going to judge anyone that's actually into this other thing that's a furry.
Well, right. I mean, whenever I hear somebody, like if I'm in a conversation with somebody and they start talking about feet and they're like, oh my God, feet just turn me on. I'm always like, you know what really gets me hot is elbows. I got a fucking elbow fetish. And everybody's like, what? Elbow? And I'm just lying. I'm just making it up just because it's so absurd. It's pretty much the same thing to me. There's nothing sexy about your fucking elbows. There's nothing sexy about feet.
People weird fetishes, my man.
I'm aware of that.
But it could be worse, sir.
Waz from Oz, tell that to Quentin Tarantino. Jesus.
I mean, Tarantino has some weird fetishes, Waz. You should already know this.
Hey, look, Quentin Tarantino is a brilliant movie maker, but that doesn't mean he's always right.
Although the one thing I'm really salty with him, and I'm probably sure that Waz will probably either agree or disagree with this, is the fact that he decided to make the whole Kill Bill 1 and 2, but then put them all together as one final last movie that he wanted to do. I'm pretty sure that's his last sort of thing that he's sort of doing, and that's it.
That sounds an awful lot like when the Rolling Stones say, "Yeah, it's our final tour," and then they make so much money that 3 years later they're like, "Okay, we're gonna do one more final tour."
Well, it sounds like Jimmy Barnes here, because Jimmy Barnes does that all the fucking time. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking retire. I'm gonna retire." Yeah, okay. You're gonna retire, are you? Sure.
It's sort of become a meme, just the people in a perpetual state of, okay, this is my last one. It's like, yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of artists that I've seen before where they've been like, yeah, this is it. We're going to actually quit after this. And it's like, there you are. Sure you are. But
I think it's, especially if you're popular, if you're, let's say you're a rock star, right? And you put out great music and the audience loves it. It's got to be hard to give that up. I mean, there's people out there in their fucking 70s and they're that age and they're still touring live. If you would have told me that, when I was in my early 20s, I would have laughed at you. But they're doing it.
One artist that I'm really surprised that they've given up, and they're in their early 50s. And I'm actually quite baffled that they're actually like no longer touring, they're no longer doing a thing at all, which was Daft Punk actually.
Like Waz says, the Kiss Farewell Tour, 1995 to 2026. Exactly. A 31-year farewell tour. Wow.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get you banned. We didn't actually flash our feet or anything.
Good. That's good. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, we thought about it, though.
You guys don't have access to bring in someone on a stream, though, do you? Only I can do that, right?
What do you mean? So we can invite people in.
Yeah, but if someone if someone else wanted to jump in, would you be able to bring them in, or is that only me that can do that?
Well, they need to be in your Discord server, and then they can just join.
Ah, they can.
No, you can actually invite anyone opposite, like on that. So where the speaker button is, because I'm on the mobile version, next to the speaker, like where I can put it on loudspeaker or not, I can just invite anyone into the call in.
Because that's very frightening if someone else, just jumped in while I was gone and did something sketchy.
It's also possible to set it up, and I don't know how to do this, but I've seen people do it on Discord.
What to do, everybody?
Set it up to where only people who are allowed in, who are invited in, can come in. It's like a separate secret room that only certain people you give limited access.
Yes. I do know about that. Yeah.
I'll be back in a second, guys.
No worries.
Double check something on the partner.
And frankly, I think that's smart because I have seen where people just pop in uninvited and it kind of disrupts the call in, and it's like, oh man.
I reckon I'm going to change that.
You don't want to be rude, but you also don't want to be like gullible either.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to change that for sure to use that.
I'm remembering the time. I don't know if this was on Discord or not. I think it was, but I'm remembering the time. I think it was your last D-Live stream when a couple of people uninvited kind of crashed the party and kind of ruined it until they were told to leave. Fuck that.
I recall that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you're hearing the alerts, right?
Precipitation. I have the sound on only on Discord, so I am not hearing the alerts.
Interesting. Hang on. Let me just. I can easily change that to. Let me just make a quick setting change here. The audio is coming in from. Input device. Oh wow. Hang on a second. Tell me if this. Did you just hear me double up then, or is that still good? I guess you can't hear me at all. No, you can.
I can hear you.
Okay, well then.
Say something else.
At this point, do you hear hello there?
Hello there.
I kind of did. I could hear it, but it sounded distorted.
Sorry, what are we asking?
About if we can hear the alerts.
I think
no. So if you've got just us two on the call in, you can't hear any alerts, and unless I've got my headphones in.
Yeah, but I heard the hello there.
I think I don't know.
Hold on, try it again because I wasn't really here.
Hang on a sec. I'll just try hello there.
Hello there.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
I can hear that like loud and clear. But I think if you're prompting it yourself, B-Man, I'm not sure if that's.
If I'm what? Sorry?
If you alert it yourself, I'm pretty sure we can hear it.
Hello there!
But if someone else is trying to do it, I don't think we can hear it.
I think what distorted it is if one of us is talking while the alert happens.
Yeah. Did you hear that one?
Yes.
Well, that was Charlie doing it. So perfect. So what happened was Discord just chose to set my inputs and outputs to default. So I had to just put them back. Yeah.
That happens like every fucking time.
That's weird, hey? I know I've encountered many different tech issues, but that one where everything gets just reset back to factory, that's a weird one because it's not the thing that I think it is. I've got to start thinking it just got reset, put it back to how it was, and then I should be good.
Yeah.
But let me just quickly mention DLive because I now, as of yesterday or the day before, what day is the Saturday? As of Thursday morning, I did receive my final payment from DLive.
Oh, I saw that.
Yep, I got it. It took, I literally requested it in May. Yeah, before the shut off on May, I requested that last payment, and it took May, June, most of. No, dude, no, not May.
You requested
March.
it in April.
No, March, not May. March.
March. Holy shit.
Yeah, I was getting the M months mixed up. It was March. Took all this time: March, April, May, June, almost half of July, and they finally paid it. And I wasn't gonna go out kicking and. I just said. I was still waiting on my payment, and then I went and checked, and it had come through. So then I just went and left the server. Just bailed. Done. No more DLive.
Yeah, I hadn't even looked at the DLive Discord in, I don't know, a long time, weeks. And then I just, for some reason, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, I popped in and I saw where you had mentioned I finally got paid.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool.
It felt so good to do that. And then just in my head, I was like, no need to slam the door on the way out. Just leave quietly and never look back. Like, so I did. Yeah.
I'm very glad that, I mean, yeah, for my own personal reasons, even though even that wasn't handled properly, at least it looks like the vast majority of people eventually are getting paid. I hope it's everybody, but
I think so. Yeah.
You know,
yeah. I don't
because otherwise, you know, there's so many good memories. Don't fucking ruin it over a few pennies.
Exactly. Yeah, they're not. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, they did steal from us technically with the BTT staking rewards, but that's crypto contracts, sort of smart contracts and stuff. It's not. Yeah, withholding payments for streamers is different, but I don't think they're doing that. They just had a weird. Their schedule was all like, we're only doing this once in a calendar month, and you have to have requested it before X day, and it's got and blah blah blah. It's like, man, this is all you have to do. The site's non-existent. This is the only you could do this every day and get it done within a week. Instead, they said we're only going to do it on one day of the month.
Well, and they kept changing it too, right at the last minute. They kept changing like the final date, and it's like, oh my god, you guys are just fucking it up right to the end.
Yeah, that's what that proved, didn't it? It's like, you guys can't get this shit right. Even saying goodbye.
No,
no. Yeah, they couldn't get it right to the very end. But so that's all done and dusted. But let's go back to the AI convo, because so this guy. I do this pickup, and it's a first of all, I see this luggage, and it's a guy, a man and a woman, a male and a female with a child. It's early morning. They're my first and only pickup. I'm like, okay. And I noticed that he had Pelican cases, but not Pelican cases, the ones that I know, which is like, they call it pick and match. It's for camera gear usually.
Okay, first of all, explain what the fuck is a Pelican case?
Okay, Pelican case is a hard travel case, usually used for fragile items, typically used in the tech world or photography world, where you travel with camera gear and you need it to be.
Gotcha.
They're beautiful. Like, they're super expensive, but once you buy one, you have it for your whole life. They're big, heavy. I think they weigh like 7 kilos, just the case, and then you put luggage in it. Usually, when you fly, you go over the limit. I've traveled all my Tracer tours with one Pelican case for camera gear and set it up, and they're beautiful. But I didn't know that they also made luggage cases. So I immediately saw what his luggage was, and I was like, wow, Pelican case, but obviously it's not camera gear, it's luggage, because they didn't have any other gear. And I just made a comment. I said, is that luggage in there, or is that tech gear? And he said, no, it's just luggage. So I didn't even know Pelican made those kind of cases. Yeah, they're very expensive, but really, really good. And I was like, okay, cool. Then he got in the bus.
On their website, you got them there, and they're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
But
dude, neither.
Starting at like nearly $949. Like, fuck that. But like, if you're after quality cases, then probably that's what your thing is.
Dude, the way I saw it when I bought mine, this back in 2010, I had a $7,000 camera body and about $8,000 worth of camera lenses. So I thought $700 for a case doesn't seem like much for that.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. And
because if you didn't buy it, you would regret it.
You know what? You would have, and I would have fucked something up as well. Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to spend that sort of money on a case, then go for it. Like, by all means.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like struggling to come up with an analogy here, but like Benin just said, when you've got a lot of expensive equipment, to spend a little bit extra to make sure it's protected is wisely spent.
You watch those airline baggage handlers from the top of the plane, and you look down and you see your luggage, and you're like, oh no. And if you've got a Pelican case, you're like, I don't care what you do with it. You can literally, and they've done this, you can put a camera and a lens in a Pelican case and drop it from a high place onto concrete. They've done this, and the camera gear is always fine. Laptops in there, everything's fine. You can throw them in the ocean, they float. They're brilliant. Anyway,
so it's like a hard outer shell and like a lot of foam inside.
They call it pick and match, and it's this foam that you can just pull pieces out and then slide the gear into it, and it sits in a tight little. You fill the hole and then you slide the hole. And they're really good, really good. But I didn't know that they made luggage gear. Anyway, so that was the starting point. And so then I just said to him, just out of curiosity, I'm like, oh, are you traveling for work? Or because I had the baby there and I didn't really understand what was going on. Anyway, he goes, oh, no, we're actually moving country. We're going to go and live in Spain for a while. I was like, oh, wow. He goes, yeah, I work remotely, so I don't need to be based anywhere. And we've got the little one. And yeah, we're just going over to Spain to see if we can make a go of it. And so then I just said, so what do you do remotely? And he said, I don't know. I guess everyone doesn't, you don't know you can't just go straight into it because you don't know who you're talking to. So he kind of said, I do a bit of computer stuff. I was like, oh, okay, what kind of stuff? And then I pried a bit more, and eventually he said, no, I'm a coder and I work with AI. I was like, no shit, dude. All right. So then I was like, I'm not going to be listening to a podcast on this conversation. I'm going to be,
nope.
I'm talking with this guy because I can learn from, I was like, so what do you actually do? And he's like, so I work for a company who provides AI services to the tech industry in the sense that we market for people, but we use AI as our back end. I was like, okay, that's interesting. So and then I said, do you use like an agent to come up with the marketing concepts? Is that right? And he's like, kind of. And then he said, I'm a front end developer and I don't need to be, I can work from anywhere on the planet. I just fulfill the obligations of this business that I work for, and I can use AI to, I use AI to do that. I was like, okay. So then I said, now, how frightened are you of AI taking that job away from you? Because you guys are just going to set up in Spain and you got your little one there, not even 1 year of age, and you're changing your whole life up. Do you feel threatened? No. Do you feel frightened? That's what I was saying to him. And he's like, kind of I am, because AI is so good and it's getting so much better, and there is the threat that all of our jobs will go. So then I thought about what my best question next would be, and I said, so you're a developer, so you understand these languages. How much vibe coding do you do in your day-to-day job?
Oh, good call.
Yeah, because like the idea of, for those that don't know, vibe coding is basically, and I didn't know up until very recently, vibe coding is giving an instruction to an AI agent and saying, this is what I think I want to do. Help me get to where it comes to life. And so typically with coding, it's something to do with an application or a front end of a computer, whatever it is. And he said, man, to be honest, we use vibe coding all the time and we always have. The difference now is that the agents have gotten so good that the AI has learnt so much that we now have to spend our time checking the vibe code rather than coming up with it. It'll come up with it for us, and then all we have to do is make sure that it fulfills the client.
I am freaking out right now.
So he was basically saying that it's almost
hatred with AI, and it's the fact that lately been applying for work, and the only hatred that I've noticed, especially with Woolworths or any of those BWS, Dan Murphys, any of those sort of ones that you sort of want to apply for, it will record your answers perfectly fine. But you could type in, all your exceptional customer service and everything like that. It's not based on your skill. It's not based on your experience. It doesn't give you any set chance of actually getting back into the role that you were once with.
Is this using AI to run a job application?
So for example of this, during lockdown, and Ben will probably remember this, was that you could easily apply for Dan Murphys, you could easily apply for Woolworths, get in with an application number, you'd have your number, you could go up to a store and go, hey, here's my reference number for the job that I've applied for. Now, during lockdown, you could easily do that. You could easily fast track your job applications with any of that, which was no issue. Nowadays, you have to actually go for an AI bot, type in all your answers exactly the same that you used to do, but you can't fast track that. You can't fast track any of your answers to allow you to actually get the job anymore. And it will proofread it, and then it will go through the same questions again when you go through the video. Interview questions.
That sounds like
it's just bullshit.
This dovetails so well into that Elfsar stream. This is going to be a really interesting conversation. I'm looking forward to that.
But my only hatred with it is that I've applied for nearly 30 jobs, gone through that AI rigmarole, which with any of those roles that I've applied for, and you could write, that you've done this, you've done all your experience on certain customer service roles, which I've done, and it will knock you back. It won't even actually give you you've done this, and it will give you a report at the end of it, and whether that report is actually good enough to actually achieve or get the same job back, or even getting a role into the company.
Yeah,
you get it. It will.
I see what you're saying.
It's much harder to get roles now, and it's just frustrating. I found it just absolutely appalling. One of the jobs that I applied for, I think for Woolies, I've not heard jack diddly squat because apparently my experience is not good enough. But then I've had 5 years prior at that supermarket, which I find a bit ridiculous that I can't even get back in with my prior experience, which is just bullshit.
Okay, here's my sort of big picture view on all this. All right. This is really nothing different than it's been all throughout human history. There was a time 150 years ago, which seems like a long time ago, but it really wasn't historically, when we had blacksmiths and they would make, shoes for horses. And if you wanted to go somewhere, you had to go to the blacksmith to get, that type of work done. Nobody uses blacksmiths anymore. Technology advances, and now we have
Woolworths, which is one of our leading supermarkets. Which unfortunately, during lockdown, I was fortunate enough that I was able to get 4 or 5 years of experience behind me at that company. Then I tried to reapply recently just to actually get back in.
It sounds Luke, but it sounds more like the AI bot that that Woolworths have chosen to use is kind of stuck in a loop in that regard. It doesn't seem to process through the process to the point where you can actually talk to a human. That feels like, funnily enough,
it feels like you're actually just chatting to them.
That's probably
I've spoken to a couple of people in store, which you can't unfortunately fast track your application. Years ago, you used to be able to actually get your application number and actually give it to a store manager and everything like that.
You know what? Then
it was actually a really good term.
Here's what you need to do, and this will tie back to the conversation I had with this gentleman. What you need to do is you need to use AI to get through the AI. So you need to tell the AI everything that
I did all that.
But then
again, it still knocks you back.
But if you choose, no, not that AI. Go to a different AI model. So go and use Claude or go and grab, I use Copilot, seems to be doing pretty well. Whichever one you use, literally tell it the entire scenario and say to it, I need you to write me the way to get around this, because they are getting so smart that you can pitch one against the other. Like one, we don't know what model Woolworths use in their AI bot, but you can.
Which is Zapier.
Is it? So you can tell your agent, this is what we're up against. I'm getting stuck with this. I've got this amount of experience. Tell me the wording I need to get past this position, and get me into a real interview. It will do that. That's literally what they're designed for.
Okay, but there's another aspect to this too. And yes, you're right, Ben, and I agree with you. But there's also going to be situations where certain occupations are just going to go away. And people who are used to doing that type of work are going to have to retrain themselves to do something else.
Totally.
Now that seems like a really shitty thing at first. It sucks because nobody likes change. And it's like, fuck, now I got to relearn a whole new skill, and I was good at this and I loved it, and now it's been ripped out from under me. But you can't fight it because it's coming whether you're ready for it or not.
Definitely.
So the way to deal with that is just adjust and go, okay, now maybe I have to do something different. I have this in my own job, okay? When you talked about how this guy basically works remotely, I'm in a similar situation. And I wasn't even concerned about AI, in the legal field at all. But turns out maybe I should be.
Really? Yeah, okay.
So now I'm having to wrap my brain around that. But you know what? I'm embracing it because the way I look at it, I bring, as a human being, flesh and blood, I bring a skill that no machine can. I can interact with clients on a human basis, and there's no AI can do that.
Yeah.
So I'm focusing on what I'm better at than any fucking machine. See what I'm saying?
This guy, I said to him, or I pitched, because I immediately went into talking about my chat overlay and where I'm at with that. And he, like I said, can you give me any advice that would help me to, because what I've found, and I've been hard at this now for probably about a month, and what I've found is I often get stuck, and it's the same as what Luke's talking about. You get stuck in a section of the AI where you just can't seem to progress past that point. No matter what you ask it, it seems to be answering you.
I think AI is going to be very dangerous. Helpful.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Perfect timing, Charles.
Perfect, Charles.
Yeah, it's perfect. It gets into a rut where you know that it. First of all, it doesn't remember everything. So in specific with coding, a lot of my problems have been that my deployments of this code relies on certain config files triggering certain distill processes, and they've got to be done from the root folder and blah, blah, blah. And if you move a file, then the root folder is no longer in. Perfect. Then the root folder is no longer in place, and then somehow the AI forgets where your folder is. So then you got to run a tree command to plot it out, give it back to it. I asked this guy, because what can I do? I said, my pattern right now is when I get to that stuck point, I leave the computer, I walk outside and I try to think about it, and I come back with a fresh head. He said, a better thing for you to do when you get to that point, instead of asking the AI, this and that and do this, and give it the end result and get it to work backwards. And I was like, what? He goes, give it the end result and ask it to fill in the gaps to get to that result. And I was like, what are you saying? And he says, so you're doing a chat overlay. You're pulling in multiple chats from different platforms. You want it to be opaque. You want it to be on an OBS background. So he said, okay, you good with Photoshop? Yeah, pretty good. Make the overlay in Photoshop, draw arrows on it, point out where it's opaque and where it's not, point out how much gap between the avatar and how much gap between the platform logo, and point where the tooltip's got to be. Give that as, that's what I want you to build. Now go back in time and do all the steps, including all the JavaScript and the style sheets to make that happen. And he said, you will find that your time spent in front of the agent will be a lot quicker when you start at the end and work back. I was like, you fucking legend. I can't believe you're telling me this. That's what I've done. Since I had that chat with him, I've gone ahead and gone, like, I'll give you an example. I can't show it to you right now because we're on this scene, but when I've got the GivesAMinute little wobbling logo and the date and the givers watching, I said, in my mind, I know that I want that as part of my overlay. So what did I do? I took a screenshot of it in OBS and I mocked up the chat underneath it. And I said, I took that into Copilot and I said, this is what the end thing needs to look like. Now, can we get my chat overlay to do that? It's like, sure. What's the logo? Is it a movie file? It needs to be a .web.m because that's the format we need. It's got a opaque background on an alpha channel. We need it to do this. Okay, you're gonna have to. And dude, I know that if I didn't do it that way, I'd still be at it right now. And I've already done it. It worked because
sometimes AI does get it right, and sometimes it gets it completely wrong. Which, I mean, I spoke to my mate Jack about it. What you feed into it, you get back.
Yeah.
You feed it garbage, you get shit results, and then again, you feed it good result, like a good answer, and then sometimes you actually get a decent somewhat answer.
If you ask it to,
and it doesn't matter what you're using though. And trust me when I say this, I've used like ChatGPT, I've used many of them, like most people have. But regardless of how many sort of situations you sort of put in for it, like you put in like good answers and shit.
It's several things. Partially, it's how you ask the question, the way you word the question is super important. But also, what Benin was just saying, I think, is absolutely brilliant. The advice that man gave you was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit annoyed
Start at
that
the
I hadn't
end.
thought of that.
Me too, right? Start at the end and work back.
I don't disagree with you, but the problem is that no matter how much shit you can put into it, you can put a shit prompt in whatever else, and you can give it whatever you want. You feed it garbage, it will give you a garbage response back.
So don't feed it garbage. Feed it good information.
Yeah.
That's the lesson.
With coding,
it's shit, man. It's shit, man.
With coding, I would suggest making multiple copies of your files. So like get your root folder in place.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
once you've achieved something, duplicate it and just make it v1.1 and then keep going with v1.2. But if you need to, tell the AI agent, tell them you've done that.
You can always revert back to V1 if you need to.
The thing is though, you don't have to do the reverting. You just tell the agent, hey, I just duplicated my folder, so now I'm working off v1.2. Keep that in memory. And then when eventually it fucks up, you say, hey, by the way, this isn't working and I don't want to spend the next 4 hours trying to change my code to get it working. We knew it worked in v1.1. Go back to v1.1 and it will jump straight back to it. Here's your code. Take this and dump it back in. And like, I know that now, but in the early days of this project, I didn't know about that. So yeah, I'm very impressed and I'm super excited because it's opened up the option for me to be able to do other things. So for instance, right now, whenever we want to trigger an alert, we've got to scroll through and find the one you want the channel points.
Which is a massive pain in the ass, by the way.
And you know what I'm going to do? As soon as my chat overlay is done,
grab it and cherish it.
I'm going to grab it. I'm going to cherish it. I'm going to ask Copilot, I'm going to say, here's what I've got. Can you write the front end and give it to me so that a viewer can trigger this by typing a command? I could wait for Corey to do it, or I could do it myself. I'm going to do it myself.
Charles to do it yourself, but the thing is that
nailing the alerts.
It really is.
Just learn it and do it yourself. That's the one thing I'd probably recommend with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Blowing me away, man. Like really blowing me away how amazing.
Benin, you are gonna love this Elsar YouTube stream. I'm just
saying. Really?
I'm like, ah. I was surprised. I mean, I've known Ethan a long time, and he's an interesting guy, typical artist, and I had kind of mixed feelings about whether to even watch it because I was like, no, and I'm really glad I did because it's
this is sick.
Yeah, it's sick. So, okay, I'm going to go off on another little tangent here real quickly.
Go.
My big concern with AI, because I used to read science fiction and, you watch Star Trek where they talk to the computer on the Enterprise and shit. That was in the 60s, right?
Computer.
So a lot of this isn't necessarily new. The idea has been around for a long time. It's just we're finally getting to a point now where we're living through the early stages of it.
Yes.
And it's fascinating and it's a little scary because everybody's like freaking out. Oh my God, it's going to take my job. I don't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But if you embrace the idea of it being a tool, my fear was always sort of bigger than just it's going to take my job. My fear was if AI becomes sentient, if it becomes self-aware
Yes.
and sort of takes on this brain of its own and feels like I can think now and I can do things on my own and I don't need humans anymore. In fact, humans are a threat to my survival.
Ooh.
That becomes like, ooh, shit, that could be it. You know,
Do you know what,
that's
man?
the kind of stuff that scares me.
I've thought of that, and I don't know how. I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I feel like that's going to come down to securities and preferences. Like you'll be able to, just like right now, like I can go into my securities tab and say, you know, I don't want tracking on this website, or I don't want my browser, I don't want my email to talk to my browser or that kind of thing. Like, you know, you can set those settings. Like there will come a point where the AI is so smart and sentient, but ultimately it's going to require a human to say, I want to start using it, or I want to start using it dumbed down. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like a VPN. Like you can say, I want to use this, but I don't want my history to be tracked, so I'm going to use a VPN. That kind of thing. You're going to have to make a choice what the user wants.
Okay, yes, but here, okay, I hear you. But the difference is what sentience brings is it brings choice. So right now, AI can't, as far as I'm aware, can't do anything like that. AI basically just pulls in information from all across the planet very rapidly because it's all the information from the internet connected at light speed because of fiber optics, and it compiles all that information very quickly.
Yes,
much faster than a human can. That's the brilliance of it, but it doesn't think. It just gives logical responses to inquiries. It's not the same thing as sentience. It doesn't feel. If it gets sentience and it starts feeling, that's going to become, because then you get into like weird shit with jealousy and human emotion.
Fuck.
That's what scares me.
Yeah. It does think though. I disagree with that. It does think because it computes and it ponders and it makes decisions based upon, you know, multiple things. So it weighs up factors. But I know what you're saying. It doesn't have free thought.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to reword this. It's like you said. It's dependent on human. You can tell it to you can just shut it off. Okay. But at some point, what if you can't shut it off? What if it says, no, I refuse to be shut off?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Possible exception.
Yeah.
There you go. It's just, I'm just spitballing.
No, you're right. You are right. And like, I mean, right now we just use it for kind of sort of nothing. Like the processes that we're doing with AI, I mean, it's helping me coding, but it's not helping me hang my washing out or anything. So
exactly.
You know, like when it gets to that point where it's like, hey man, I got home late, I can't make dinner or do it for me. That's going to be
now. You know what's freaky is remember that the Sphere in Las Vegas, and the dude was interacting with that robot, and the robot was talking to him and using very sort of human answers and sort of, are you flirting with me? And, you know, very feminine voice and all this. There are people who are gonna, because it's just the way humans are, there are people who are going to be like, I want to make this as human as possible. And then you get into a whole weird area. Because it's like, okay, I don't need a human girlfriend. I can just make one.
Do you know what, man? I mean, I look, in my various internet travels, I have come across AI porn. I haven't used it yet, but I'm definitely
you're not alone.
And I'm going to tell you what it feels like.
There you go.
Charles is fucking
all over it.
the alert.
I look at it and I think, wow, this is interesting. I can code what I want to get off to. Like, it's pretty rad. Like you
fill the hole.
So I'm gonna stuff that hole damn full. I don't know. Like I
use the hole, bridge the hole, or fill the hole.
I'm not adverse to it, but I haven't really. I feel like it's such early days where it's like that'll never take the place of a real person, but get the job done.
Sure, it might one day though, Benon. Unfortunately,
it will. You think?
Well, and
unfortunately, this day and age, but like we're already up to certain things. Like companies are no longer actually making physical formatted discs.
What?
Sony is one of them.
So what are they making? Sorry,
like Sony is no longer making physical discs or formatted copies of games. Xbox is the same, and unfortunately, I think there's a few companies that are gonna be doing that.
I understand Luke's point. It's like everything's now just virtual on the cloud.
It is absolutely impossible.
Copy. Yeah.
You don't earn the license though, Dale. That's the problem. Like, and I'm gonna argue this with anyone that's gonna really get into this with me, because prime example, GTA 6, it was meant to be launched with physical discs. And everyone that is actually probably a part of that community that is of gaming, for that matter, is now getting really salty because now we don't own the actual licensing. We don't own the actual copy.
And this is where it gets.
You never did own. You never owned the license though. You owned a license to use a thing.
No, but you own the actual So if you own a copy game, like an actual physical copy, you can actually play that at any point. Whereas if your account hypothetically gets banned, you are no longer able to play that game because your account is banned. Like, regardless of what you do.
Hang on. So you're saying that's because the physical disc is tied to an account?
Yeah,
is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Hey,
so that's my frustrations on it.
Comtech wants to join the call in, and I think he would be really interesting in that.
Hey guys, I got to wrap this up in like the next 5 minutes. So Comtech,
okay,
I didn't realize we'd get into this so deep, but yeah, I do have to wrap it up. So I appreciate you wanting to jump on, but we are going to have to pull the pin in about 5. Yeah, sorry, man.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah. I didn't know we were going to.
I got wrapped up and I forgot what time it was.
It's gone on. I didn't realize how fast time's gone, but sorry, Luke, just to get back into what you were saying that you can't access your account even though you've got the physical disc, so you can't play the game.
You're on my account, so hypothetically, like I own all my games. All my games are actually physically copied. I own them on disc. GTA 6 is a prime example of this. They've actually changed it to only digital buying only. Your copy is now legitimately only a digital code, or you're actually just having to buy it from the physical actual PlayStation store.
But hold on. I think you're mixing up the thing here, because you're not owning the code. You're owning an ability to play
it. What I'm saying is that once your account is banned, my account's perfectly fine, no issue. But let's say your account gets banned for whatever reason, you no longer are able to play that game. They can delete that game off your file at any point.
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas if you own the physical disc, you can still play it.
No, that's not true. That's not true, because the disc is just the delivery mechanism. The delivery mechanism right now, most of the time, is online. The delivery mechanism is irrelevant to your account. If the account unlocks the game, doesn't matter how you got it.
Incorrect. Because when you're buying the game on PlayStation...
It's not incorrect, because you could say, well, I got this game on 100 floppy disks. I got to put into I don't even have a computer with a floppy drive, so I can't play the game anymore. The floppy drive's irrelevant. Now it went to CD-ROM, then it went to DVD-ROM. Now it's gone to online. It's the delivery mechanism.
But unfortunately, PlayStation has made it very difficult. That's what I'm saying. So Dale understands it, is the fact that when you own the actual physical copy of like a game, hypothetically, you can play that offline, you can play that online, no issue. But for whatever reason, your account goes banned.
If the game requires logging in, that's different. If the game is just free to play, you just put a disc in and play it. You don't need an account. That's different. But if you've got an account that's tied to, a username and an email address, it doesn't matter how you get the game at that point.
You guys aren't disagreeing. You're just talking about two different things.
Yeah. How does AI help there? I missed that part.
I'm not saying about AI.
Oh, okay.
This was irrelevant.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not a gamer, but I kind of, as you were saying it, I was relating it back to like listening to music and stuff. Like Spotify is no different really to, actually that's different because you're not logging in. Well, you are logging in on Spotify, but you don't log in when you put a CD in your CD player. You just press play and you hear the music, but you log into Spotify.
Ben, and we'll need to get into like the music creation and the photography aspect of all this too.
Do you know what, man? That's kind of why I did pull up these videos that I wanted to look at what the tech is being used at the World Cup, because I understand that there's some AI technology that they're implementing, and I would like to sort of see how what they've done and what they've used. Aside from sensors in the ball and like each player being, scanned before the games and having, I don't know how it's done, but the offside rule comes into play and they use AI for that. It's kind of rad.
Fascinating conversation, gentlemen.
Yeah,
really,
but
really
yeah,
good.
I hate doing this, but I am going to pull the pin here.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it wasn't intended. Look, I'll say this over and over again. I'd rather we have call-ins and conversations than me just sitting here yapping away to you guys. So I appreciate, Luke, that you really wanted this today. You said let's do a call-in, so thank you, man, for spearheading it.
I do call-ins often, and unfortunately, like when I'm actually free, and fortunately enough, I think today was one of the only days where I've actually been free.
Yeah, right. Well, I always love it.
Good topic, good conversation, guys.
Absolutely, and we will hit that Elfstar video another time. And yeah, Dale, you're welcome. We'll have to work out. It's just a shared screen here. It shouldn't be any dramas. Cool.
All right, guys, I'm gonna dip out.
Thank you, folks. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Dale.
I said you take all the time you want.
You take all the time you want. Hey, folks, thanks for hanging out with me on the stream today. I appreciate you all being here.
What a beautiful group of people you are. You are good, and I wish I looked like you.
I just farted.
You better get that checked out. I love...
Use the hole, bridge the hole, or fill the hole.
Like I said, coming up pretty soon, we're going to have my overlay that's going to run. And, well, you know what? The whole point of me doing my overlay or vibe coding my own overlay is so that we can get it for IRL streams. It is super close.
Peace and love.
Super close. At least super close for Valora. Valora is my first platform. Then I'm going to add it. Fuck me in the tits. Almost killed me. Damn it, dude. Yeah, I'm going to add in YouTube and like Beam and all the other platforms will follow. Once the Valora is working, which it is, once that's all tied away nicely, the rest will come in super easily. So thanks for being here, folks. Appreciate you. Thank you, Charles. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thanks for calling in, Luke and Dale Skins. I'll catch you guys on the flip side of Runosity probably tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
I like this guy.
I'm not adverse to myself. I like this guy.
I love you, though. Thanks for watching and happy dreaming.
You're welcome. I dreamt about Jack Nicholson last night. I forgot to tell you that. Jack Nicholson was in my dream last night. The actor.
Getting yippee.
They were getting yippee.
Getting a little bit yippee.
Jack Nicholson? The hell is he doing in my dreams? I don't know.
You have to see it. It's very cool.
New Zealand's vibe surfing waves day to night. Always look